San Diego Stadium in San Diego, California. The CBS Radio Network and around the world on American Forces Radio. CBS Radio Sports presents the American Conference Divisional Playoff game between the Buffalo Bills and the San Diego Chargers. Good afternoon, everyone. Jim Kelly along with Lindsey Nelson, and together we'll bring you all the action and excitement of today's game. Darth Vader against Luke Skywalker? Well, not quite, but maybe the old immovable object against the immovable force. The Buffalo Bills, boasting the NFL's best defense, come a-calling on the San Diego Chargers, owner of the NFL's top offense in the AFL playoff game, matching winners of the divisions East and West. Both with identical 11-5 records, they met back in the fifth week of the season. San Diego led 24-12 after three quarters, but then Buffalo blew out the Chargers in the fourth quarter, scoring two touchdowns to win by a score of 26-24. It's the third time that these two teams have met in postseason play. Both were ironically in the AFL championship game. The Bills winning both times, 27 at Buffalo back in 1964 and 23-0 here in San Diego in 1965. So it's kind of like the Incredible Hulk standing at the mirror, looking into himself. It's strength staring at strength. And the man whose football expertise and voice has been his strength for many, many years, Mr. Lindsey Nelson, is here to call the game.
Thank you very much, Jim Kelly. Hello again, everybody. Buffalo won the toss. They elected to receive, and the kickoff was taken by Solomon, and he returned it to the 21-yard line. And then Cribbs took the ball in the first play from scrimmage for the Buffalo Bills, and he lost two back to the 19. But then, in the first pass play from Joe Ferguson, it was a 17-yard gain to his tight end, Mark Bramer. Moved the ball up to the 37. Another incompletion, and on the play, Charles Desjardins, the defensive right end, was injured. Now, Fred Dean already was injured at that position, so Wilbur Young has come in to play that right end position as he came onto the field. And now it's going to be Young moving over to the tackle, and Fred Dean has come out to play the defensive end position. It'll be second down, 10 yards to go for Buffalo. They have the ball just short of their own 37-yard line. There is no score, the game having just begun. 13 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here come the Buffalo Bills up in an I formation. Cribbs is the tailback. Brown is the fullback. Wide receivers left and right. Ferguson calling starting signals, and he gives it to the up man, Brown. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He got nothing. It's going to be third down, 10 yards to go. The ball still short of the 37. Bob Horn, the middle linebacker, was there along with Gary Johnson, the defensive tackle.
Off to the yard. Obvious passing situation now on third down and long. Joe Ferguson, the graduate from the University of Auburn, Arkansas graduate rather, is 1 out of 2 passing so far for a 17-yard gain. That picked up a key first down early in the first quarter, but a passing situation for Ferguson. He's about a 57% completion ratio.
Roland Hooks comes into the ballgame as the back. Scott Perry defensively for the San Diego Chargers into the shotgun now. The Buffalo Bills. The formation put in there by Chuck Knox, the head coach. Ferguson looking and throwing, and it is completed. Taken by side end Mark Bramer, the Michigan Stater, up at the 50-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Bramer did the juggling act. He had it. A Buffalo man is down.
That's Ferguson.
And he's getting up very slowly. He's on all fours just now. The referee, who is Gene Barth, has called a timeout here now, and the training staff is coming out to see about Ferguson. Now, he had a sprained ankle. He sprained it against New England, although he did play the final game of the season against San Francisco. The question has been right along, how much would the sprained ankle deter him today? Well, he limped over as he got up just now a few steps.
Got up very, very slowly, and he's conferring with the trainer for Buffalo, and he's going to limp off, and that obviously is going to hurt the Buffalo Bills' offensive chances right away. Dan Minucci will come in, 6'2", 194, the second-year man for Kansas State. He has completed 83% of his passes, but obviously that's deceptive. He's 5 out of 6 for a total of 64 yards.
So the Buffalo quarterback has left the ball game, at least for the time being. His backup, Dan Minucci, is in there on a 1st and 10 for Buffalo at the 50-yard line. They come up in an I formation, and Curtis Brown, the fullback. Tailback is Joe Cribbs. Wide receivers left and right for Minucci. He gives it to Cribbs, and Cribbs tries right guard, and he gets up to the 47-yard line for 3, where it'll be second down and 7 yards to go. Louis Kelcher in there to meet him on the tackle.
Of course, with Jack Buck and Hank Stram in Philadelphia, the Eagles game against the Vikings running a little long. We should remind you that today's game is brought to you by Budweiser, by Buick and your local Buick dealer, by Exxon Office Systems, and by the copier division of Sharp Electronics Corporation.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Running backs are split now. Brown to the left side, Cribbs to the right side. For Minucci, wide receivers left and right. Angling out to the left side, Minucci. He pumps once, runs back to the right, looking downfield. Decides he'll run it 50, 45, 40. First down, he's going out of bounds. inside the 35-yard line. Quarterback Dan Minucci has picked up a 1st and 10. Got past the 6, and it's going to be the 32-yard line for the Buffalo Bills in San Diego territory.
Very alert play by Minucci, the second-year man from Kansas State. Rolled out to the left side, was looking down there for Lewis, who was covered, and then came back on the right side. Now, Joe Krebs was open down at about the 20-yard line, was wide open, in fact. Minucci didn't see him, decided to run for the first down, and picked up another one. 3 first downs on the initial possession so far for the Buffalo Bills.
Jerry Butler goes out to a wide left, and Frank Lewis comes out to a wide right. The running backs are well split. For Minucci, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. Give it out to the left side. This time to Cribbs, and Cribbs is stacked up at the line of scrimmage by Louis Kelcher, 282-pounder. There was no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 32.
282 pounds and still growing. Look at Ferguson over on the sideline. They're working on that left ankle. That's the one that was injured, as Lindsey talked about it. And it looks as if Ferguson will not be back in for a while. So the second-year man from Kansas State has the playoff hopes of the Buffalo Bills resting on his 6'2" shoulders right now.
Ball is spotted squarely on the 33-yard line, so make that second down, 11 yards to go. Running back to split again. Down to the left side, Cribbs to the right side. Cribbs rushed for 1,185 yards this year. He'll lead the Buffalo Bills. Dropping back now, Minucci. He goes to the left side, looking downfield and pumping, and decides he'll keep it across the 30, and he goes out of bounds. It will be marked at the 27-yard line. Bob Horn ran him out.
Just like as we listened to Jack Buck and Hank Stram doing that Minnesota game, the Vikings took command of the first half. They led against Philadelphia 14-7. Very important to try to silence the home crowd here in San Diego. Lindsey, take away a little bit of the momentum of the San Diego Chargers, who come in obviously fired up before the home folks. Everybody decked out in their T-shirts with their Charger Power T-shirts and flashcards and what have you. And you look at the pregame warm-up, the way John Jefferson and some of the San Diego Chargers came out, they're lucky they didn't hurt themselves in the pregame warm-up. Pumped up would be an understatement.
Wouldn't it so? 3rd and 5 now. Into the shotgun goes Minucci. Roland Hicks has come in as a back, and he's in motion across. Direct snap, taken by Minucci, and he goes to Hooks, and Hooks is at the 20-yard line, and it's incomplete. He drops the ball there. Hooks had it judged for a moment, dropped it at the 20-yard line, incomplete. 4th and 5. Ray Preston covering defensively. And so now Nick Mickemeyer comes into the ball game. The placement man, 8-year veteran from Temple, and he has had 13 of 23 field goals, his longest of the year, 49 yards. Mickemeyer will have David Hum holding for him, and this will be a 44-yard attempt. A 44-yard field goal attempt by Mickemeyer with Hum holding here in the first quarter of the ball game. Hum has his hand outstretched, waiting for the snap. He gets it, puts it down. Mickemeyer boots it up. It's carrying, going, and this one is no good. It hit the upright on the left side and bounded away. Hit the upright and bounded out, and so is the score. Buffalo nothing, San Diego nothing. Let's take time out.
Sam, as your accountant, I'm advising you to do something about your office copiers.
What's wrong, George?
You keep replacing them all the time. That's expensive, Sam, and peculiar.
But my copying needs keep changing, so I have to keep changing my copier. That's the way life is.
You have to get a big, expensive, inflexible copier that's just as big, just as expensive, and just as inflexible as your last big, expensive, inflexible copier. That's life.
That isn't life.
Sam, next time, get a Sharp 800 series plain paper copier with microprocessor technology.
Oh?
The basic copier, the high-speed copier, the reduction copier, doesn't matter.
No.
Sharp copiers are all flexible. As your needs change, you don't go out and get another copier. You add options. You need automatic document feeding, you get an option. You need electronic collating, you get an option, you see?
Yeah.
Flexible.
Now I see what they mean when they say sharp people plan ahead. For more information, call your local authorized Sharp dealer or 800-447-4700. In Illinois, call 800-322-4400.
Nick Mickemeyer still shaking his head over on the Bills' sideline, missing that field goal that could have given his Bills a 3-point lead. As Lindsey called it, it hit the left crossbar and bounded down no good. Of more concern, of course, on the Buffalo Bills bench right now, the condition of Joe Ferguson, whether or not he'll be able to come back in. But right now, Dan Minucci is the Buffalo quarterback. He is warming up. He didn't have too much time to do that before the football game. He's over on the Buffalo sideline. But right now, the first look at Dan Fouts and the San Diego Chargers.
They have the ball on the missed field goal at the 27. Ball went over at the line of scrimmage. Fouts in there, waiting for the snap now on the first play from scrimmage. Short drop, pops it out to the right side. Taken out there by Kellen Winslow, the tight end. And Winslow is across the 30-yard line. Short drop, pump pass, tight end, wide right, and it's at the 31-yard line.
Kellen Winslow, of course, led these San Diego Chargers in receptions with 89. He caught passes totaling 1,290 yards for 9 touchdowns. And he's got the best thrower in the National Football League, Dan Fouts, 59% completion, 30 touchdowns on the year, 4,715 yards. That's an NFL record. The Chargers just about rewrote the record book themselves.
Second down and 5. They realign with Kelly Winslow wide to the left side. Jefferson in the slot right. They leave it on the ground. And it is Muncie carrying to the left side. And he gets it up to the 34-yard line.
46, Chuck Muncie.
Muncie, of course, was the man who on the ground made all the difference in the world in the attack of the San Diego Chargers when he came to them from New Orleans. Ben Williams came in to make the tackle.
Muncie, the 5-year veteran from California, of course, of chief concern for Charger fans, the ability of Chuck Muncie to hold on to that football. He has been prone with fumbleitis.
Third down and 2 yards to go. The ball is up to San Diego 34. We have no score. We're in the first quarter. Motion across now, and that's J.J. John Jefferson. Dropping back his Fouts. Humped it, and Kelly Winslow across the 40-yard line. Took it and hit the turf immediately. It'll be marked at the 42. Isaiah Robertson, the defender on that side, made the stop.
8 yards. And the Charger first down.
First down and 10 yards to go now for the San Diego Chargers. They held the ball at their 42-yard line. San Diego leading the National Football League in offense. Dan Fouts, 59.1% completion. 30 touchdown passes. Winslow starts in, comes back in motion outside left. Fouts dropping back, setting up. Penalty marker, and it's thrown complete on the far side. Taken by Greg McCrary. And McCrary goes to the 46-yard line. Buffalo, but there's a marker to be checked out. Bill Simpson made the stop.
Flag was thrown right away. Might be defensive holding, or might be offsides against Buffalo. Preliminary indication seems to be offsides against Buffalo, so obviously the Chargers will take the play. And we'll wait for the referee, Gene Barth, as he confers with Danny Fouts. Philadelphia Eagles 31, the Minnesota Vikings 16 at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia this afternoon. So right now Philadelphia will await the winner of tomorrow's game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. If Atlanta wins, the NFC Championship game would be in Atlanta. And obviously if the Cowboys win, the championship game would be in Philadelphia, because a wild card entrant cannot host the championship game. And I'm sure that the Philadelphia Eagles would be rooting for a rematch with the Dallas Cowboys. There's a timeout on the field right now with the score: the Chargers nothing, the Bills nothing.
These days, you may hear people ordering 2 beers instead of 1. 2 Pabst Extra Lights. Because Pabst Extra Light gives you just 70 calories, half as much as our regular beer. Why not order a couple of Pabst Extra Lights? You'll get all the refreshment of 2 beers and the calories of only 1.
So have one more. Just call out for Pabst Extra Light when you have 2.
Pabst Brewing Company, Milwaukee and other cities.
Distributed locally by M.S. Kelly Distributing, Mount Carmel.
Altadonna's IGA is proud to be part of Storkwatch 1981 and will award 50 gallons of milk to the first newborn baby in 1981 at Wabash General Hospital. The family can pick up 1 gallon of milk a week for 50 weeks. Compliments of Altadonna's IGA. Frank and the crew remind you to keep your ear tuned to WYR for reports on Operation Storkwatch. Just one more way, Altadonna's IGA is welcoming in 1981.
Greg McCrary, who just caught that pass thrown by Danny Fouts, the 5-year man from Clark, Georgia, 6'2", 235, is coming off now under his own power, but he looks to be okay, and we expect to see him back. And good news for the Buffalo Bills. Word from the Buffalo bench is that Joe Ferguson will return. As McCrary goes out, he goes out 2 catches, 17 yards.
First down and 10 yards to go now for the San Diego Chargers with the ball at the 46-yard line of Buffalo. That is tight end across, and here's the pitch to Muncie coming to the left side, and Muncie pulled down from behind just as he crossed the 45, and it was Isaiah Robertson in pursuit who pulled him down at the 44-yard line.
As Lindsey mentioned, Muncie added that extra dimension to the San Diego attack. 135 carries, 659 yards, almost averaging about 5 yards every time he catches the ball. His largest gain from scrimmage was 53 yards. He has rushed for 4 touchdowns, but as we said, he has been prone on occasion to have himself removed from the football.
Charlie Joyner comes out to a wide left. The running backs are split 5 defensive backs into the ballgame now for the Buffalo Bills. Kelly Winslow in motion outside far right, dropping back down Fouts. He pumps it, and it's complete. It's taken by J.J. Jefferson, and he goes to the 32-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go for the San Diego Chargers. At the 32 of Buffalo, Mario Clark made the stop on J.J.
And keep in mind, as Faust is working over the Buffalo secondary, indeed the Buffalo defense, that the Bills have been the big surprise, especially on defense this year. They were 14th last year in the NFL, but they are number 1 this year. They are second against the pass, which, of course, is San Diego's strength. Faust is perfect on the afternoon, 4 for 4, 34 yards.
Jefferson to the right side, Charlie Joiner to the left side. Running backs are evened up. Out scouting starting signals. Leaves this one on the ground. Muncie, penalty marker thrown up the line of scrimmage. Muncie got a yard to the 31. There's a marker to be checked out.
It's against Buffalo, and they might have lined up offside.
Penalty flag on the play.
Jane Nelson was in on the tackle, along with Jim Haslett. Jim Barth, the referee, ready to mark off the penalty against the Buffalo Bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts it down to the 28-yard line. Here's Barth.
Number 76 defense, offside, still first down.
Red Smirless, that's the nose tackle, second-year man from Boston College. Still first down and 5 yards to go with the ball at the 28-yard line. Inside the 28, as a matter of fact. Charlie Joiner going far to the right side. Winslow's the tight end left. They're running it in a slot right. J.J.'s the slot back. He's coming across to the left side. Fouts waiting for the snap. Gives it off to Chuck Muncie. On the ground to the left side. Puts his shoulder on and drives for first and 10. Bill Simpson in to make the tackle. Stretched out his body there at the last moment. I think he picked it up, but they're going to measure now possibly, as the officials say. Let's take a long look at that one.
And number 58, Isaiah Robertson.
Barth is looking, and now Barth says first down. No need to measure. It is a first and 10.
No need for the binoculars. You did that one on your own. That was right now the offense of the San Diego Chargers moving right down the field. They've picked up 4 first downs. Again, Dan Faust is perfect on the afternoon, and his play calling has been absolutely perfect. They've got the Buffalo defense confused. They're thinking pass. They counter with a run to Muncie. And if they try to play the run, of course, he's got those 3 receivers, Winslow, Jefferson, and Joiner to throw to.
Fouts now with a short drop. Throws out to Muncie on the right flat. Muncie to the 20. And he's out down to the 18-yard line. He picked up 4 yards on the play, second and 6. Lucius Sanford made the tackle for the Buffalo Bills, who had the best defense in the National Football League this year, second best pass defense in the National Football League.
Lucius Sanford.
We talk about these two teams, strength versus strength, staring at one another. The coaching staffs are kind of mirrors of one another. Chuck Knox, of course, has an excellent record. He's won 6 division titles. Don Coryell has won 4 division titles. Coryell with 73 wins, 40 losses, and 1 tie for a .645 winning percentage. And Chuck Knox, 77 wins, 40 losses, and 1 tie, 657 winning percentage.
Where's the San Diego bench? McCrary will be back. Fouts now on a draw play. Hands it off to Mike Thomas. Thomas is jitterbugging up to the 11-yard line. Another first down. Lucius Sanford made the stop. Isaiah Robinson assisted. First and 10 at the 11-yard line for the San Diego Chargers.
And again, the play calling of the Chargers has the Buffalo Bills confused right now. On 2nd and 7, you think pass when you've got Dan Faust at quarterback, when you've got a Kelvin Winslow to throw to, a John Jefferson, a Charlie Joiner, and that time for the first carry of the football game, number 22, Mike Thomas, the 6-year man from Nevada, Las Vegas, rambles for another Charger first down inside the 12.
Here come the San Diego Chargers. J.J. Jefferson coming wide to the left side. Charlie Joiner to the right side. Dan Faust stopping back and looking. Throws out to the right left to Muncie. Drives across the 10. Powers to the 5. Inside the 5-yard line. Muncie using sheer strength. Big Ed White leading the way out there for him. Big Ed White, who has been in 17 playoff games, 4 Super Bowls, but never has been able to go all the way. Ball is spotted at the 4-yard line.
Ed White, number 67, of course, his ex-teammates, the Vikings, fell to the Eagles 31-16. You think Muncie isn't fired up? He ran right up the back of Big Ed White, and believe me, there's plenty of back to run up. 271 pounds.
Second down, 3 yards to go. San Diego at the Buffalo 4-yard line. They're in a slot left. Slot back is Jefferson. He goes across outside, wide to the right. Fouts gives it off this time again to Thomas. He tries to get inside. He cannot. He's thrown back. Chairman White, the defensive tackle there, met him. Pushed him back, no gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 yards to go still at the 4-yard line.
Go ahead. This will be a passing down, obviously, for Dan Faust right now. And the Buffalo Bills will be thinking the same thing. Might not be a bad time to come with a pitch out to Muncie to try to sweep either left or right, or certainly the draw play, because the Bills will be thinking pass. They'll obviously load either the left or the right side with Joiner and John Jefferson.
Again, 5 defensive backs in there for the Buffalo Bills on a 3rd and 3 at the 4-yard line for the San Diego Chargers. Jefferson in motion from an outside right all the way across. Fouts stopping back. Look, goes into the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to hit Joiner. Bill Simpson covering defensively. That'll bring up a 4th and 3 at the 4-yard line.
You can't play defensive back much better than Simpson played it right there. Number 45 for the Buffalo Bills, the 6-year man from Michigan State. Stride for stride, step for step with Charlie Joyner, and that's no easy task. Bounce hesitated just once because Joyner was tied up at the line of scrimmage, then fired a little bit late, and by that time Simpson had perfect position, batted the ball down, and the Chargers will settle for 3.
Ralph Panershka is going to attempt a 22-yard field goal. He had a club record 24 during the year. He had 118 points. His longest is 53. It's up, and it's good. And the San Diego Chargers are on the scoreboard. And now with the score, San Diego 3, Buffalo nothing. Let's take time out.
A trip in some cars is really a series of stops to let you recover from the miles in between. That, however, we're happy to report is decidedly not the case with our new 1981 Buick LeSabre. It's roomy. It's luxurious. It can carry up to 6 people quite comfortably, with trunk space to hold lots of things, too. And now it's even more efficient than ever before. In fact, with its standard 3.8-liter V6 engine, it offers an estimated MPG of 19 and 28 highway. Remember, use the estimated MPG of 19 for comparison. The actual mileage you get may be different. Actual highway mileage will probably be less than the estimated highway fuel economy. See your Buick dealer today about buying or leasing a new 1981 Buick LeSabre, a car that not only lets you enjoy better mileage, but better miles.
Wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
After Nick Mickemeyer missed from 43 yards out for the Buffalo Bills, the San Diego Chargers go 73 yards in 13 plays. They use up 6 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Ralph Panershka, 22-yard field goal, and the Chargers jump out in front by a score of 3-0.
Panershka is seated up on the 35-yard line. Roland hooks his stop back along with Roland Solomon to receive the kickoff for the Buffalo Bills. There's the whistle of referee Gene Barth, and here comes Panershka. Sidewinder boots it deep. Solomon retreats. He's got it at the 2. He's back to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. Solomon to the 20, 25. Solomon is stopped at the 28-yard line. Hank Power, outstanding special teams man, made the tackle for the San Diego Chargers.
And it is Joe Ferguson back at the helm for the Buffalo Bills, the 8-year man from Arkansas. So Buffalo gets a big break right there, and that's certainly not to demean the talents of Dan Minucci, but he's just the 2nd-year man from Kansas State, and the Bills' offense goes with Joe Ferguson at the controls.
Here they come out of the huddle left to the line with wide receivers left and right, running back to an I formation. Brown ahead of Cribbs in the I first and 10 at the 28-yard line. Ferguson giving it up to Cribbs. He goes to the left side. Got a yard, maybe 2, as he was rebuffed over there by Fred Dean. Fred Dean, who had been on the injury list, been somewhat hobbled in the closing games of the season. Came in there after Desjardins was injured today. Give him a gain of a yard on that play for Cribbs. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Pick up a 1 yard. Rebuffed he was. Cribbs right now has carried 4 times for a total of just 2 yards. Charger defense shutting down the running attack of the Buffalo Bills. 2nd and long. Look for Ferguson, who's 3 out of 4 to go to the air.
Butler's wide left. Frank Lewis is wide right. The running backs are well split. Ferguson now dropping back and looking. And he throws, and it's incomplete. Penalty marker. Penalty marker intended for Brown, but there's a marker and a pass interference call, I think. Brown, the intended receiver, and the man making the move was Ray Preston.
5-year man from Syracuse, and they're going to call him for being over the back.
That's it, pass interference on 52, Ray Preston. That's an automatic first, and it's at the 33-yard line.
Actually, if Preston, Lindsey, had just one more step, he could have picked that ball off because the receiver was turned around. The ball was thrown a little bit behind him. And Preston, if he had just another half step, could have picked it off and gone into the end zone for San Diego.
San Diego leading 3-0, 2 minutes, 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Running back to split wide receivers left and right. That's the Cribbs again coming to the right side. Finds a little daylight and moves it to the 42 or the 38-yard line. Bob Horn in to make the tackle.
Pick up a 5 yards. Cribbs now 5 carries for 7 yards. Cribbs a little bit like Earl Campbell. As goes the running attack of the Buffalo Bills. You've got a key on number 20, Joe Cribbs. If you can shut him down, you force Ferguson to throw the ball. And Ferguson, about a 57% completion ratio, has tossed 20 touchdowns, but he has also thrown 18 interceptions.
Joe Cribbs has 40 receptions to go his 1,185 yards rushing. 2nd down and 5 yards to go at the 38-yard line. Again, wide receivers left and right and running back split. Ferguson dropping straight back and taking a look. Now he throws to Cribbs. It's incomplete at the 45-yard line. Preston covering defensively. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
And Ray Preston doing some kind of a job. He's a 6-foot linebacker, 218 pounds, and you try to isolate the running back on the linebacker. Cribbs 5'11", 190 with good speed. Ferguson that time getting good protection. The offensive line of the Buffalo Bills doing a pretty good job holding off the San Diego Chargers, who led the NFL in sacks with 60.
3rd down play coming now, 5 yards to go. Cribbs comes to the right. That Hooks is in there now as well. They're going into the shotgun. It's called by Chuck Knox, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Ferguson waiting for the direct snap. Wide receivers left and right, slot backs left and right. Ferguson drops, throws, and it is complete. Gathered in at the 45-yard line. Ray Preston covering defensively on the play. It was Jerry Butler's first catch of the day. He had 57 during the regular season and 6 touchdowns.
And what a move the second-year man from Clemson put on Ray Preston down at about the 45-yard line. Ferguson that time looked to the left side. Everybody was covered, came back to the right side, put it right on the money. But Butler made the play. He came back toward the ball and helped out his quarterback. First down for Buffalo. Butler now 2 catches, 21 yards.
1st and 10 for the Bills at their 45-yard line. 1 minute, 28 seconds remaining in the quarter. Lewis goes to the left side. Butler comes to the right side. Brown and Cribbs to the setback for Joe Ferguson. Lewis in motion back toward the inside. Play action, and now Ferguson is throwing, and it's incomplete to Lewis. At the 40-yard line of San Diego with Mike Fuller covering. That'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go now at the 45-yard line.
Ferguson upset with Lewis, thought maybe the ball should have been caught. It was a deep post pattern. Of course, the handoff, the fake handoff to Cribbs into the line froze the linebackers. That put the wide receiver one-on-one with a cornerman, but Fuller was right there. Now, Ferguson, 3 out of 6 in the passing department, and with 2nd down and 10, another passing situation. Buffalo has rushed for 27 yards so far in the football game.
As they come out of the huddle, they send Frank Lewis to the left side, and Jerry Butler comes to the right side. Bill Brown and Cribbs as the setback. Cribbs in motion outside right from the right set. Dropping back Ferguson. Going line to Cribbs, and Cribbs and Preston, and Cribbs and Preston, and it's incomplete. Penalty marker. Penalty marker thrown down there at about the 14-yard line. It was Cribbs and Preston all the way. And Gene Barth goes down to get the report from his official downfield. Interference against the defense. That'll make it a 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. And it is spotted out there now at the 18-yard line.
Good call. Two officials threw flags. Preston got the right arm up on the shoulder of Cribbs, and both officials that were deep threw the flag. First down for Buffalo. Preston having some trouble now covering Joe Cribbs coming out of the backfield one-on-one. And that looks like a matchup we'll have to watch the rest of the afternoon. The Bills have spotted something.
Lone setback now, and that's Brown for the Buffalo Bills. Ferguson limping a little as he comes back to set up, and he unloads it to Brown, and it is incomplete. And Preston grabbed it, but it's an incompletion. The official says it's not. It wasn't Preston, it was Horn. Horn took it out of bounds. It's simply an incompletion.
Louis Kelcher, 6'5", 282, the 6-year man from SMU, putting all kinds of pressure on Ferguson, who had to dump the ball off a lot sooner than he would have liked to because he had his wide receiver number 80, Jerry Butler, free in the end zone on a deep post pattern, but he never saw him because Louis Kelcher was coming in and got to Ferguson, made him dump off to the safety valve man. Incomplete, 2nd and 10, Buffalo.
Ferguson is not 100%. That was rather a stiff-legged pivot he took coming out of there that time. 2nd and 10, going across now. His tight end in motion to the left side. That's Bramer dropping back. Ferguson, and Cribbs has it at the 10-yard line. With Ray Preston hanging on, Cribbs took the pass from Ferguson, and it's going to be marked inside the 10-yard line.
Jerry Butler was the favorite receiver of Joe Ferguson coming in after the regular season, 57 catches for 832 yards, but in terms of receptions, Joe Cribbs not far behind with a total of 52, and certainly they have found something in the films, and they are working on Preston now, one-on-one. Cribbs coming out of the backfield, 5 catches for a total now of 17 yards.
3rd down and a yard to go at the 9. Roosevelt Leaks is coming to the ball game now for the Buffalo Bills. The big running back from Texas weighs 225. Leaks and Cribbs are the setbacks in there just now. Leaks gets it, tries the left side. Gets a yard or so, but that's all. He stopped at about the 7-yard line.
The handoff to number 48, Roosevelt Leaks. Of course, this is exactly the kind of a drive, Lindsey, that the Buffalo Bills wanted to do. You talked with Chuck Knox last night at the hotel. they've got to keep the ball away from that very explosive San Diego Charger offense, and that's exactly what they've done. Other than a field goal by Ralph Benishka on the Chargers' initial possession, San Diego's offense has not been out there. The San Diego Charger defense has, and we've got an injury down on the field.
We have an injury, and members of the training staff are out. There's a pause in the action, and let's take time out.
Charger power getting short-circuited right now. Louis Kelcher, 6'5", 282, the six-year man from SMU, limping off very, very slowly. So that San Diego Charger defense is getting pulverized pretty good right now. Third year that Louis Kelcher has been selected to the Pro Bowl team, and it's just his sixth NFL season. And after that injury timeout, Buffalo picked up a first down, so they've got it now 1st and goal from the Charger 7-yard line.
Wilbur Young, of course, in there defensive now to replace Louis Kelcher, who limped off 1st and goal. And here comes the Buffalo Bills. It's Bill Roosevelt, Leaks, and Joe Cribbs in there at setback. They're widely split this time for Ferguson. Wide receivers left and right. Cribbs tries the right side. Wants to cut back. And goes outside. 5 heads for the end zone, but is stopped short at the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go at the 1-yard line. And Willie Buchanan, the quarterback on the left side, made the stop.
Mike Fuller, the strong side safety, the 6-year man from Auburn, had a shot at Cribbs back at the 11-yard line. But Cribbs simply gave him the inside move, then took it away, went to the outside. Otherwise, it would have been a big loss for the Buffalo Bills and backed them up. As it was, San Diego was lucky that Cribbs didn't get into the end zone. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, the Chargers 3 and Buffalo nothing. That's the end of the first quarter.
This buzz for all the men in black and white. Yeah, to the guys who always have the last word. Here's to the referee.
There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do.
Just for you guys who blow the whistle and fling the flag. Here's that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. I don't always agree with him, Jack, but where would we be without him? Well, sometimes you'd be about 15 yards closer to the goal line.
This buzz for you. For all you do, the king of beer is coming through.
You deserve it, refs, so take time out after the game for a cold Bud. It just might be your best call all day.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Now, True Value hardware stores are offering a flashlight with a magnetic personality. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you the Rayovac magnetic flashlight features a heavy-duty magnet that holds it securely in place to keep it handy for use at home, work, in your car, camper, or boat. The lightweight ribbed plastic case provides a sure grip, and it won't rust or corrode. Get the Rayovac magnetic flashlight for just $1.19. Stock up on heavy-duty Rayovac Supercell batteries at participating True Value hardware stores.
Jim Kelly, Lindsey Nelson back at San Diego, where the Chargers are clinging to a 3-0 lead over the Buffalo Bills, who are driving, aided by 2 costly pass interference calls against number 52, Ray Preston, trying to cover Buffalo's Joe Cribbs one-on-one coming out of the backfield. And right now the Bills have got it 2nd down and goal to go.
Frank Duncan in defensively, Jim Lazovic in defensively, and Ruben Gasson in a double tight end alignment for the Buffalo Bills. 2nd down play coming now, just outside the 1-yard line. And the pitch goes to the left side to Brown, and he's now stopped inches short. He's stopped inches short, trying to drive in there. And Brown was stopped by Woody Lowe, who had him shoulder to shoulder. Lazovic assisting on the stop.
What a play by Woody Lowe, the hero of that game against the Miami Dolphins, who came up with a key interception in overtime. Woody Lowe, 51, goes way down low and submarines him in 55. Lazovic gets him from up top and stops him just shy of the goal line. 3rd and about the length of the football. Maybe 2 lengths of the football.
Now Curtis Brown goes off the field, and Roosevelt Leaks comes back in. Leaks and Cribbs are the setback. And a tight wing left down here on the goal line. It's Leaks and touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. Roosevelt Leaks simply straight ahead, and he powered in with that 225 pounds. And the Buffalo Bills have taken the lead here early in the 2nd quarter, leading by a score of 6-3 with a conversion attempt coming.
Pretty impressive drive put together by the Buffalo Bills. Of course, they were helped out by 2 very costly pass interference calls against Ray Preston. Roosevelt Leaks punching it in, as he did for so many years for the Longhorns of Texas from short yardage situation. 6-year veteran from Texas. He must have played in several of those Cotton Bowl games you did.
He did, in fact. Conversion attempt coming now. Nick Mickemeyer is in to kick. He had 37 of 39 during the regular season. David Hum will hold for him. Hum hand out stretch, puts it down. Mickemeyer boots it up, and it's good. And so the Buffalo Bills have taken the lead. With the score, Buffalo 7, San Diego 3. Let's take timeout.
This is Larry Zonka. When you played football as long as I have, you really appreciate a tough line. That's why I think you'll appreciate what Whirlpool's line of tough gas furnaces can do for your heating bills. Beginning with a tight-fist gas furnace and moving right down the line, these Whirlpool furnaces have the toughness to meet high heating bills head-on and help you save money all season. Believe me, if Whirlpool didn't have the toughest line around, I wouldn't stand behind it. So get a Whirlpool gas furnace. Check the yellow pages for your nearest Whirlpool dealer.
Let's say when you go out to shop for a car, you'd really like to be treated to a big selection of available engines. A 4 perhaps, a V6, a turbocharged V6, or maybe you'd rather have a diesel or a V8. But no matter which engine you choose, you also want a plush, elegant car to go with it. All of which quite naturally leads us to ask,
wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
After the 22-yard field goal by San Diego's Ralph Benershka, the Buffalo Bills take the kickoff. They go 71 yards. They do it in just 11 plays. They used up 4:28 in the clock. Roosevelt Leaks diving over from 1 yard out. The point after was good. 7-3 Buffalo, who has pretty much controlled time of possession in this football game. They've had it for over 13 minutes so far, and they've got a 7-3 lead.
Mickelmeyer seated up on the 35-yard line. Hank Bauer and Ron Smith are deep. Normandy Bernard Jackson might be deep. He was placed on the injured reserve yesterday when they reactivated Stringer. Now here comes Mickelmeyer. Puts it up. Hank Bauer is waiting at the 7-yard line. Bauer to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, spins and goes down to the 21-yard line. Hank Bauer stopped at the 21, the end of the line for him. It was Lou Picone who made the stop.
And out on the field drops the Air Corps of Don Coryell, led by quarterback Danny Fouts, who set an NFL record this year, 4,715 yards passing. The old record was held by Dan Fouts from last year.
Don Coryell yesterday, we were talking to him, and he said that he's always preferred the passing game. Everybody knows that. He said it isn't much more risky than handing the ball off. They had 26 interceptions and lost the ball 22 times on fumbles. Kellen Winslow in motion across. Dan Fouts short drop and the pass. Taken by J.J. Jefferson for the diving catch. Gets up. He doesn't think he was touched, but the official does at the 39-yard line. Steve Freeman was the defender there. It'll be first and 10 at the 39-yard line. J.J. was ready to get up and continue.
Based on the pregame warm-up, you wouldn't know if somebody touched him or not. He didn't feel a thing down there.
J.J. Jefferson led the team out when they were introduced. He met every member of the team as he was introduced, leaping up into the air, patting him on the back. He was the cheerleader and veteran. First and 10 at the 39-yard line. Thomas Muncie of the setback. Kellen Winslow, short motion. And here is the pass to Charlie Joyner, incomplete. Trying a short post, and it's incomplete. Contact made by Romes on the left corner along with Simpson, but it's simply an incompletion.
Some kind of contact made. Charlie Joyner stripped to the ball up at about the midfield stripe. Danny Fouts now in the passing department, 7 out of 9 for a total of 63 yards. Very good pass protection by that offensive front of the San Diego Chargers, working against the top defense in the NFL and the second best against the pass.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Jefferson going short to the left side. Winslow, slot back, in motion across all the way outside, far left. Now dropping back Fouts, and he throws to J.J. Jefferson, complete. At the 50-yard line, he's down. Steve Freeman brings him down. But that is a first and 10 at the 50 for the San Diego Chargers.
I want to tell you the man that made that play, the left guard, Doug Wilkerson, 6'3", 262, the 11-year veteran from North Carolina Central. He threw a block on Jim Haslett, the linebacker for Buffalo, the second-year man from Indiana, that allowed Fouts to have time to throw that timing kind of a pass pattern and pick up the first down. I mean, he just stood Haslett straight up and reeled him about 3 yards backwards.
We have word from San Diego that Desjardins, who was injured early in the ballgame, has a leg fracture. San Diego now has Jefferson going in motion, far to the left side. They leave it on the ground to Muncie, and Muncie gets just inches, maybe a yard. And on the 49-yard line, it'll be second down and 9 yards to go. San Diego at the Buffalo. 49, Fred Smirlis, the second-year man from Boston College, made the stop. We have 12 minutes, 27 seconds remaining to be played in the first half of this ballgame at San Diego Stadium. The sun is shining brightly here now. Still some fog in the area. We had a heavier fog this morning. It's been burning off. And the game time temperature, 60 degrees. 5 defensive backs coming to the ballgame now for Buffalo. In anticipation of Fouts picking up, you can anticipate that almost any time. He drops back, sets up, and he throws. And it's taken on the far side by Muncie. Goes down the left side. That ball might have been deflected. He is out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And that'll be a first and 10. San Diego at the Buffalo 33-yard line.
The man he beat, Isaiah Robertson, number 58, the 225-pound linebacker in his 10th year from Southern. Muncie, 24 receptions, 234 yards, averages about 9 yards every time he catches the football. That time simply looped out of the backfield, flared out wide to the left side, and grabbed in the pass, picked up by Danny Fausta. Charger first down.
It's deflected as just a wounded duck tossed out there by Fausta, indicated complete first and 10 at the 33-yard line. Fausta hands this one off. They leave it on the ground. It's Muncie to the right side. The big California running back to the 25-yard line. Picked up 8 yards, just wedging him out. He's big and he's strong. 233-pounder.
Picks up 8 yards. Anytime you can pick up 8 yards on first down, it makes that second down call a lot easier.
Sergeant Coryell was saying yesterday that he's learned a lot about Chuck Muncie since having him on his squad this year, and he's learned that he really is. He's big and he's tough and he's durable. Hank Power comes into the ball game now. Number 37 goes to a wing left, leaving Muncie as the lone setback. Coming across is Jefferson from a wide left to a wide right. Going to the left side is Muncie, trying to skirt outside and find a place to turn, and he can't. He's closed off right at the 25-yard line.
46, Chuck Muncie, the ball carrier.
With Isaiah Robertson, who put the clincher on out there.
He's forced out of bounds by number 20.
Charles Rome also on the tackle.
And number 58, Isaiah Robertson. Well, Muncie right picks up 8 yards. Muncie on the sweep to the left loses a yard. Third down and 3. And the third down conversions now. San Diego's 1 out of 2.
Mike Thomas comes back in the ball game. It's Muncie and Thomas. As Charlie Joyner, a veteran receiver, runs wide to the left side. John Jefferson coming wide to the right side. Ross is dropping back. Takes a look. And throws far to the left corner and simply thrown away. It's incomplete. Joyner made the catch, but he's about 15 yards across the sideline marker. Romes, the cornerback chasing, actually about to look first for Jefferson to the right side and then turned and just threw it far across the sideline marker.
Yeah, kind of a strangely conceived pass pattern that time. Actually found that nobody is a safety valve receiver. John Jefferson double coverage down at about the 15-yard line of Buffalo. Joyner ran a deep post into the left corner. And Mike Thomas, he was supposed to be the safety valve man. He was tied up at the line of scrimmage, never got out there.
43-yard field goal attempt for Benershka. His longest was 53 this year. Fuller puts it down. Benershka boots it up, and it is no good. It is no good. Ball will go over at the line of scrimmage. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Buffalo 7, San Diego 3.
Join us, San
Jim Kelly and Lindsey Nelson back in San Diego. We'll be in Atlanta tomorrow as the Falcons play host to the Dallas Cowboys. Jack Buck and Hank Stram have picked up their spotting charts and taken their statistician and spotter with them, and they're on their way to Cleveland, Ohio, as the Cleveland Browns, winners of the AFC Central Division, play host tomorrow to the Oakland Raiders, survivors of the wild card last week against the Houston Oilers. That game will lead off our doubleheader, and then Lindsey and I from Atlanta with the Cowboys and the Falcons.
First and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Louis Kelcher is back in the ballgame for San Diego. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Bills have the ball in their own territory, leading by a score of 7-3. Ferguson dropping back. Looks, scrambles a little and throws sidearm, and it's complete. Taken up there by Jerry Butler. And Butler is stopped just across the 35-yard line with Glenn Edwards there on the tackle.
Start to get the idea, Lindsey, that if the San Diego Chargers don't put a little bit more pressure on Joe Ferguson, he's going to pick them apart. He's now 5 out of 9 and has picked up 9 first downs, a total of 57 yards, but he's working over the secondary of the Chargers pretty well, and that offensive front 5 doing a job against the defensive front of the San Diego Chargers.
Right at the 37-yard line. Frank Lewis comes to a wide left now. Jerry Butler to a wide right. The running backs are split. That is Brown and Cribbs for Ferguson. Going to a higher count. And he hands it off to Cribbs. He tries the left side. Cuts back across the 40-yard line, across the 45, and Cribbs is up to the 46-yard line.
Get on the tackle, number 20.
Glenn Edwards in on the tackle. They'll take the ball to the inbounds marker and spot it. It appears to be just short of the first down. When they get it spotted, they take a look, and that's the indication.
But again, when you can pick up 9.5 yards on first down, and second down can become a waste down. Ferguson can turn it loose. Joe Cribbs now 7 carries, 22 yards in the football game.
Second and extremely short. Mark Bremer tied into the left side. Lewis outside him to the left. Butler to wide receiver right. Give it to Brown. He struggles for the half yards that they need for the first down. Horn and Kelcher coming to make the tackle. They'll get him unstacked. Spot the ball, take a look to see if he picked up the first down. Didn't need much, didn't get much.
Get on the stop.
Ed Merriam, the head linesman, going over now to take a look.
And number 74, Louis Kelcher.
Merriam down, but they want to bring out the change. Gene Barth, the referee here today. Frank Sinkovich is the umpire. Ed Miriam's the head linesman. Jack Betty's the line judge. Frank Williams the back judge. Dick Creed is the side judge, and Ed Merrifield is the field judge. Chain is being stretched now. Get it set. If any part of the ball is in advance of the stick, and it is, it's a 1st and 10.
Of course, both these teams winning the division championships, Buffalo the East and San Diego the West, had 2 weeks to get ready for this football game, as Houston and Oakland did that in the wild cards last week. Buffalo came west and practiced down in Dodger country, got ready in the warm weather rather than stay there in the frozen tundra and the artificial surface in Buffalo.
At Vero Beach, the Bills spent 3 days at Dodger Town. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Cribbs in motion from a right side outside, far to the left side. Dropping back is Ferguson. And this time they get to it, and the ball's pushed away. However, it's going to be whistled in. He was in the grass and control of Gary Johnson. The clear grass and control of Gary Johnson back at the 35-yard line. The ball's squirted away, but the whistle has blown in protection of the quarterback.
We mentioned that these Chargers led the NFL in quarterback sacks with 60. Gary Johnson led the NFL with 17 and a half quarterback sacks. Number 79, 6'3", 252 in his 6th year from Grambling.
2nd down and 22 at the 36-yard line now.
On the 12 yards on the sack.
John Lee comes in there defensively for San Diego as Fred Dean has come out of the ball game. This crowd is alive. That's Kramer in motion across, the tight end from Michigan State. Dropping back again is Ferguson. He guns it. There's a diving catch and a penalty marker is thrown.
Actually, there are 2.
Number 86, Mark
One was thrown by the linesman just about at the line of scrimmage, the other in the backfield, which would probably indicate holding against the Buffalo Bills.
Kramer made the catch out there at the 42-yard line, but they're in consultation now about the penalty markers.
An offsetting foul. 72 offense was holding. 74 defense was offside. We'll replay the down.
Ken Jones and Louis Kelcher were the culprits.
Well, they had offsetting penalties in that Minnesota-Philadelphia game today, but it didn't offset Dick Vermeil's anger. The Philadelphia Eagles were back in punt formation. Max Runniger threw a punt to Louis Giamona, who was lined up within 5 yards of the sidelines. You cannot do that. That's illegal procedure. So it was a penalty against the Eagles, and Minnesota was guilty of a face mask. After they straightened it out, they replayed the down and punted.
Right here, it's 2nd and 22 at the 36. Wide receivers left and right. And they foul draw play, and it passed up through the 45-yard line. Ben Edwards coming in to make the stop on Cribbs up there at the 45-yard line. Woody Lowe also on the tackle.
Pick up of 8 for Joe Cribbs now. 8 carries, 31 yards. Good call on 2nd down and long. It's 3rd and 13, and ever so gingerly, Joe Ferguson is walking on that ankle right now. Very tender. 3rd down conversions. The Buffalo Bills are 4 out of 5.
Scott Perry comes in, another defensive back in there in anticipation of a pass on 3rd and 13. Into the shotgun formation now, Ferguson. 7 yards deep, ready to receive the direct snap from center. Gets the snap. Gets the pass off. Cribbs makes the diving catch at the 44-yard line. He's a little short of 1st down yardage. Woody Lowe and Mike Williams are there. He's just about a yard short.
Boy, I tell you, that's optimism. John Jefferson, Charlie Joyner, they put the helmets on, even as Ferguson was breaking the huddle that time, hoping that their Charger defense could do the job. And now Chuck Knox, who has really been known as a conservative coach, has a tough call to make, whether to go for it on 4th down and about a yard and a half to go. And we said he's conservative, he's going to get rid of that football.
Greg Cater, his punter, is in there. He is a rookie from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga who averaged 38.7, as long as 61. Buffalo Bills have the lead. We're in the 2nd quarter. Mike Fuller has dropped back deep. Hank Bauer is going to drop back there with him.
You know, Lindsey, this would not be a bad time for a fake punt, however, for Buffalo. But not now.
Delay of game. Delay of game. The flag has been thrown, and they were a little late. The 30-second clock got them. So it will cost them 5. It was a direct snap to the punter. However, the flag and the whistle stop play before there's any action taken.
Still 4th down.
So much for the fake punt.
And now Edwards is stopping back with Mike Fuller for San Diego. Greg Cater waits for the snap. Gator puts it up over the Fuller side of the field. However, it goes out across into the end zone. And it is a touchback. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. And now with the score, Buffalo 7, San Diego 3. Let's take time out.
This was for you. It's so well done. Quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This was for you.
For you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
A concerned Don Coryell over on the Chargers sideline right now. They've got 6:43 left to go in the first half. His team is down by 4. Of course, the winner of this game goes on to the AFC Championship, and the loser to the golf course.
Exactly what to do. Coryell has been concerned over the fact that people have said that his offense, flashy and explosive as it is not geared to win the big games. He's 0-3 in playoffs in his career. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Fouts now swings it out to Muncie on the right flat. Muncie advances across the 20 and will be marked at the 24-yard line.
That's the lead to number 46,
Sherman White on the tackle, so it'll be second down and about 6 yards to go at the 24. Jim Haslett also on the play.
About now 10 out of 13 for a total of 94 yards. John Jefferson, his primary receiver so far this afternoon, has caught 3 passes for a total of 41 yards.
Chuck Muncie comes off the field now for San Diego. As they get another receiver into the ballgame, the lone setback is Mike Thomas. John Floyd's in there, and they're a little mixed up. So they call a timeout. They have to call a timeout to get straightened out. So San Diego has spent one they'd rather not spend.
Go ahead.
There's a pause in the action with the score. Buffalo 7, San Diego 3. Let's take timeout.
Welcome to the Office of the Future. Makes corrections right here on the display screen.
Sends text electronically from your office to anywhere.
Whole paragraphs with a touch of a button. The old-fashioned typewriter. It even adds and subtracts, multiplies and divides. Change margin.
Change page number. Change heading.
Change type style.
The world of business machines. It's a confusing tangle of equipment, capabilities, and promises. But now, out of the confusion, emerges Exxon Office Systems Company. We've innovated such advances in office technology as Quix, the intelligent typewriter, an electronic marvel with a host of automatic features that free secretaries from the monotony of routine office typing. We also make other advanced office products. But most of all, we want to help make your office more productive. Introducing Exxon Office Systems. For information, call 800-327-6666. In Florida, call 1-800-432-0800.
In 1980, Dan Fouts had 8 games in which he completed passes for more than 300 yards. So far, he has got 94 yards in the football game, but the San Diego Chargers only have 3 points. Let's pause now 5 seconds for our stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
You're listening to WYER, WYER-FM, Mount Carmel, a service of Hugo Communications. It's 2 after 4.
Second and 6 for San Diego. They have the ball at their own 24. Rufus Best in there for linebacker Jim Haslett. For Buffalo, they think that he's going to put it up. And he is. Dropping back 5 short to J.J. and Jefferson. It is at the 35-yard line. Mario Clark made the tackle. It's the first and 10 for the San Diego Chargers.
That time, John Floyd lined up inside but went outside, and Jefferson just the opposite, cut it inside. Big first down to keep the drive alive. And now Dan Fouts talking with Gene Barth. We might have a roughing the passer, which will tack on another 15 yards to the first down by J.J.
5, 10, 15, puts the ball at the 50-yard line. We'll listen to referee Gene Barth. Personal foul, head slap, number 77 defense, first down. Then Williams on the head slap, puts it at the 50-yard line.
Williams, a 5-year man from Mississippi. The Buffalo Bills now have been penalized twice for a total of 40 yards. Big first down on the reception, and 15 tacked onto it.
Allison Muncie the setback. And this time Fouch doesn't have a chance, can't get rid of it. Pulled down by Jim Haslett, a firing linebacker, and he is dropped out the 44-yard line.
That time they blitzed Haslett. The linebacker came in unimpeded, the second-year man from Indiana. Buffalo Bills with 33 sacks on the season, up 10 from 1979. So it's an obvious passing situation now on 2nd and 16 for Fouts, who that time was looking left, and that's exactly where Haslett was coming from, the left side.
Mike Cadiz comes in for Buffalo. Rufus Best comes in defensively. Wide receivers into the ballgame now, leaving only one setback. For San Diego, Floyd in motion outside. Here's the pass to Floyd down the right sideline, and he can't hold it at the 30-yard line. He had it in his hand, bobbled it up into the air, and it fell to the turf. Floyd, the intended receiver.
Actually, the ball was underthrown in the season. John Floyd has caught just one pass for 31 yards, and that was a touchdown. And that when the ball underthrown down at about the 30-yard line, he came in motion, as Lindsey called it, went simply down on a fly pattern, and tried to turn it inside on Bill Simpson. The ball underthrown. Floyd did well to come back to it, then tried to one-hand it, and the second-year man from Northeast Louisiana incomplete, 3rd and 16.
And now going out to a wide left is Ron Smith, third-year man from San Diego State. Jefferson on the wide right. Dropping back is Fouch. And he throws to Smith, and it's incomplete. Got a leaping grab in a crowd at the 35-yard line. Bill Simpson deflected it away. It's 4th down coming up.
The reason the ball was incomplete, Fouts did well just to get rid of it. Buffalo came with the blitz again and was very lucky the ball wasn't intercepted because he threw it on a timing pattern, intending it for Ron Smith, the third-year man from San Diego State. Had his man, it would have been a first down, but Simpson stripped him of the ball, and the Chargers now a dismal 1 out of 4 in third down conversions.
Rick Partridge in punt formation earlier this year when Buffalo beat San Diego 26-24. There was one block kick and one Partridge never got rid of. Now the snap, Partridge gets it away, and it is off the side of his foot. It's going to be a short kick as it bounds around and back upfield to the 42-yard line of Buffalo. Partridge got that one off the side of his foot. He had averaged 39.1. But oh boy.
So the Bills operate in excellent field position. They've got 5:10 left to go in the first half. That ends up to be a 14-yard punt. And I'm sure Mr. Partridge doesn't need the boo birds on his back right now. He knows he shanked the punt, and there's nobody that feels worse than he does. Feeling pretty good right now. Chuck Knox of the Buffalo Bills with a 7-3 lead in a game that many expected to be high scoring, but it's been a defensive struggle, one in which neither quarterback has had a particular amount of time to throw the ball, and some passes that have been dropped that shouldn't have been.
Now here come the Buffalo Bills. First and 10 at the 42-yard line, running back to the I formation for Joe Ferguson, their quarterback. Wide receivers to the left and right. Cribbs gets it. Just maybe a yard as he runs into the stack being Louis Kelcher. And that's the stack any way you meet it.
By Louis Kelcher. Of course, one thing you don't want to do against these San Diego Chargers is play conservative. There is no way you can sit on a 7-3 lead. You've got to try to put some more points on the board, especially before halftime. The Chargers, when they score, as Hank Stram likes to say, they take the jet, not the bus. They don't take much time.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Buffalo at their own 43-yard line. Frank Lewis coming out to the wide left. Jerry Butler's in the wide right. Ferguson from the University of Arkansas. Handing it off to Cribbs. Cribbs tries the left side. Nowhere to turn to. He pauses and then dives forward to the 44-yard line. Not only a yard, he was cut off the pass by Woody Lowe and Gary Johnson.
Good containment that time by Lowe and Johnson to string the play out. It'll bring up third down, 8 yards to go. Obvious passing situation now for Ferguson. That's the 10th carry of the football game for Joe Cribbs. He's picked up 34 yards. When you talk about Ferguson, he's 6 out of 10 for 71 yards. Third down conversions, the Bills 4 out of 6.
Woody Lowe of Alabama stopping Joe Cribbs of Auburn. That's like the Hatfields and the McCoys. It's third down and 8 yards to go at the 44. Roland Hooks is in there along with Cribbs now. That's for the Buffalo Bills. Shotgun formation. Ferguson waiting for the short snap. Takes it and drops back. Long pass. Way downfield to Lewis. And Frank Lewis can't get it at the 22-yard line. It was Willie Buchanan as a marker back upfield with the passer on the seat of his pants. There is a holding penalty against Buffalo. A holding penalty against Buffalo is the preliminary signal of the referee, Gene Barth.
Had to watch that one very carefully. Barth was right on top of the play. Louis Kelcher sacked Joe Ferguson, who limps off again on that very tender right ankle, but it was thrown by the linesman, and it's obviously the referee's call as to whether or not it is roughing the passer.
72 holding, offense, refused, fourth down. They want to bring the punting unit onto the field, and they do. Mike Fuller has dropped back to receive the punt, as Greg Cater, the rookie from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, comes in to do the punting for Chuck Knox and the Buffalo Bills. He's standing at his own 30-yard line, Cater is. Gets the snap, gets it away. Fuller watches it, sails over his head. It's in the end zone, bound across the end line. That's a touchback. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
55-yard punt, so actually the 14-yard punt by San Diego's Partridge didn't hurt him that much, and the Chargers have 3:33 left to go in the first half. There's a timeout on the field with the score, Buffalo 7, San Diego 3.
Join us as we talk sports each Saturday morning at 9:30 on your radio station on the Coach's Corner program. We visit with people who know about sports and are involved in the making of the stories. We keep you informed on sports each day on your radio station, and the Coach's Corner program each Saturday at 9:30 a.m. is an opportunity for us to give you the straight story on sports and keep you on top of things. The Coach's Corner program. Just one more reason WYER is your sports leader.
Traffic control signals. Vehicular traffic facing a steady red signal only must stop at a clearly marked stop line or before entering the crosswalk on the near side of the intersection. Vehicular traffic facing a steady red signal at an intersection may turn right after stopping, providing they are in the right lane and have yielded to pedestrians and other traffic lawfully using the intersection. This is Tony Compton, Traffic Safety Officer, Mount Carmel Police Department, because WYER cares.
Waits for the snap with Jefferson in motion across the handoff to Chuck Muncie. Comes to the right side. Muncie across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. He got only 2 yards, and it'll be second down and 8. With Ben Williams on the tackle.
Play fooled absolutely nobody. They strung it out wide to the left side, and finally the tackle made on Muncie a pickup of 2. That's 7 carries now, 21 yards. As Fred Smerlas, the second-year man from Boston College, got taken down in there on the left side as they tried to run it around behind Ed White, the veteran, former Minnesota Viking.
Another defensive back in there now in anticipation of a pass. Out dropping back and looking. And it is incomplete. Out at the 34-yard line. And a San Diego man is down. Romes was covering defensively.
That's Jefferson down.
Jefferson, for whom the pass was intended, is down at the 44 and getting attention of the training staff.
Getting lots of attention. Are you interested in obtaining the ultimate souvenir book for the NFL's biggest event? The official Super Bowl 15 game program, which contains dozens of action photos, a week-by-week review of the 1980 season, plus complete scouting reports on the Super Bowl teams, is now available through the mail. This is the same 144-page program that will be sold in New Orleans on January 25th when the AFC and the NFC champions meet for the Super Bowl title. You can order yours right now by sending a check or money order for $3.50 for each program to Super Bowl 15, Post Office Box 15, Houston, Texas 77001. And Super Bowl 15, Post Office Box 15, Houston, Texas 77001. And please allow 3 weeks for delivery after the game. Order your copy today. The preceding message brought to you by the National Football League. You know, the message board has been fascinating here in San Diego in the first half. They had congratulations to Dan and Paula on your engagement. And just before this injury timeout, it said, "Thank you, Debbie, for finally saying yes. Love Wolfgang."
The hand is for J.J. He is up and signaling to the crowd that he's all right. Jefferson's coming out the field, and John Boyd has replaced him. Jefferson led the National Football League this year in receiving yardage with 1,340. He is a big, big favorite here. He is a 3-year man out of Arizona State. There are people who will tell you he's the finest receiver in professional football. Third down and 8 yards to go. Boyd to a wide left. The ball's at the 22-yard line of San Diego. Buffalo's leading by a score of 7-3. Outs gets the ball, drops back. And he never had a chance. He was dropped. Ben Williams got to him, among others. Chairman White was there. Going to be spotted at the 15-yard line.
That's the second sack the Buffalo Bills have gotten to Danny Faust. And it's pretty obvious that the defensive front of the Buffalo Bills controlling things right now, certainly obvious in the obvious passing situation. They're able to tee off, and Faust has had no time.
Rick Partridge standing at his own goal line. Gets it off. Rolling hook. Watches the high trajectory kick. Takes it at his 40. Tries the left side to the 45, and he stops at the 46. So the Buffalo Bills will start first into the 46 with 2:22 remaining in the half. A 45-yard punt for Partridge.
Certainly making amends for the 14-yarder that he shanked off the right side of his foot. So Buffalo operates now 2:22 left to go in the first half. A mistake-free first half. Certainly not what we saw as we listened to Jack Buck and Hank Stram in Minnesota with all the fumbles and interceptions between the Vikings and the Eagles. And Philadelphia came out on top 31-16 in that game, so they await the winner of tomorrow's Cowboys clash against the Atlanta Falcons to find out who they'll meet in the NFC Championship.
Ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. First and 10 now as we approach the automatic 2-minute warning here nearing the end of the first half of play. Limping up there is Joe Ferguson, the quarterback. He's got Joe Cribbs and Curtis Brown as his setback. Ferguson waiting for the snap. Has the football as he retreats and looks and throws, and it's incomplete to Jerry Butler. Butler, the man who had 57 receptions during the regular season. Glenn Edwards covering defensively.
Butler was open, simply turned it inside on Edwards, the former Pittsburgh Steeler. It would have been a Buffalo first down. Ferguson now getting all kinds of time to throw the ball. Of course, the fake to Cribbs held the linebackers, and they were unable to blitz. But the Chargers right now should be trying to put a little bit more pressure on Ferguson. He is 7 out of 12, 71 yards passing so far.
San Diego Chargers figure they've been in one playoff game. Effectively, when they played the Pittsburgh Steelers, had they lost, they would have been out of it. And they flew the Pittsburgh Steelers out of here at the San Diego Stadium to get into the playoff. Second down, 10 yards to go. Shotgun formation for the Buffalo Bills. Direct snap taken by Ferguson. And he throws, and it's incomplete and almost intercepted. Intended for Cribbs, and Woody Lowe had it in his hands and could not hold on.
Woody Lowe has, on the season, a couple of interceptions, 3 to be exact. And of course, the big one came in that Dolphins game, the overtime game against Miami. Almost intercepted that one, and if he could have maintained his footing, it would have been a touchdown as they work over on the Buffalo sideline now with a chalkboard. Buffalo on third down conversions, 4 out of 7.
Woody Lowe had been on the injury list, and yesterday Don Coryell was asked if he expected him to play. He said, I expect from the time of the opening whistle that he'll never know he was injured. He'll play all day long. 5 defensive backs in there now for San Diego. Buffalo into the shotgun, third and 10 at the 47-yard line. Buffalo leading 7-3, 2:12 on the clock, which is starting just now again. Ferguson gets the direct snap, has a little time, throws, and it's deflected into the air. This time it was Mike Fuller who made a move on the ball and intended for Frank Lewis. That's going to bring the punting unit on the handles for the San Diego defense. The punter is Greg Cater coming in to do the kicking for the Buffalo Bills, coached by Chuck Knox. Mike Fuller has dropped back to field the expected punt. 2:06 on the clock, which will start on the snap. Buffalo leading by a score of 7-3. Something wrong. Cater moves over. Gets the snap and gets it off. Fuller along the 15-yard line. Takes it at the 14-yard line, to the 15 to the 20. And Fuller is stopped at the 24-yard line. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. We'll be right back after this message.
Return to the 24. McDonald's presents a whole new way to love chicken.
This I've got to see.
This you've got to taste. Nobody makes chicken like McDonald's.
A hot chicken sandwich.
We cook plump, tender chicken a special way. Crunchy golden brown on the outside, juicy on the inside. Then we add lettuce and tasty sauce and serve it hot on a toasted sesame seed bun.
This is delicious. Told you.
Nobody can do it.
McDonald's, Mount Carmel, and Princeton. Increasing overhead costs are forcing many retailers to take a closer look at co-op advertising. A complicated process? Not really. Simply put, it's a formula providing cooperative advertising dollars to retailers meeting specific guidelines while promoting the manufacturer's product. If you'd like to learn more about co-op advertising, talk with your WYR sales representative or call our marketing department at 262-5111. It's possible you can increase your advertising penetration without increasing your budget.
Watching Buffalo take the opening kickoff and miss a field goal, then drove down. Rolf Benershka, a 22-yard field goal, and that put San Diego in front 3-0. And it's been that way, at least offensively, for the San Diego Chargers. Buffalo, Lindsey made some defensive adjustments, and I think what San Diego's got to do now, besides use up a minute 57 in the first half and put the points on the board, is go to some pass routes that take less time to develop. Faust's not getting the time he needs. You can't run those 15, 20-yard pass passes. You need the receivers to go down about 8 yards, 9, 10. Take what the defense gives you, but some short pops to get the corners playing a little further back.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line. Faust now pops this one complete to Joyner, and the ball gets away, and the scramble is on. It is at the 34-yard line. Buffalo players think they get possession here. Joyner took it. It was shaken loose. The scramble was on. We're looking at the referee, who has not yet made an indication. Buffalo players are indicating they all think Buffalo has the ball. Morris now is going to come over, talk to a linesman. They go into conference, and it is first and 10 for the Buffalo Bills at the 34-yard line. A completion to Joyner, a fumble, and recovered by Buffalo at the San Diego 34-yard line.
Don Coryell would like to have a conclave with Gene Barth, the referee, right now.
Ball on the way.
Joyner went down about 12 yards, like we said, then turned it inside and was stripped of the football. Definitely had possession. It's a perfectly correct call. Buffalo maintains momentum right now. They've got a chance to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Hunted outside the 33-yard line. Ferguson in there, quarterback. Running backs are even up wide receivers left and right. Cribbs takes it, tries the right side. He wants to cut back and does to the 19th to the 29-yard line.
Number 20, Joe Cribbs, the ball carrier.
Ferguson looks over on the sideline to Chuck Knox. He wants to go into the hurry-up offense, and he's calling for somebody to bring into play right now and find out what Chuck Knox wants to do. It's inside the 30-yard line. Now's the time, obviously, the San Diego Charger defense has to assert themselves. The offense has just turned the ball over to Buffalo in pretty good field position, and what the Chargers would like to do is force some kind of a turnover of their own and keep Buffalo off the scoreboard.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line of San Diego. Buffalo leading by a score of 7-3, 1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock in the first half. Cribbs in motion from a right set outside far right. Ferguson dropping back and throws over the middle, complete to Frank Lewis. Lewis now to the outside to the 20. Fuller trying to cut him out to the 19. Fuller's got him at the 12-yard line. That's going to be a first down and 10 yards to go. Buffalo at the 20, and Buffalo has taken a timeout to stop the clock with 54 seconds left to play in the half.
Very well conceived pass pattern that time. Lewis came down. Ferguson back in the pocket, looked over the middle, fired on a crossing pattern, hit Lewis, and then Lewis used number 20, Joe Cribbs, as kind of a pick and picked up another 15 yards all the way down to deep San Diego territory, the 11-yard line. Starting on the CBS Radio Network next Monday, January the 5th, Your Dollars with Marshall Loeb, the editor of Money Magazine. Getting along with Ida Lee Shan, discussing how to cope with today's stress. The Osgood File, Charlie Osgood, CBS News correspondent, looks at today's news. And starting on January 10th, Traveling with Steve Birnbaum, travel editor, Playboy. And Sports Time with Bill Schweitzer. Traveling, we'll be doing a little of that tonight.
I was going to say, traveling with Jim Kelly. You could do that daily.
Let's see, Philadelphia to San Diego to Atlanta. You were in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl, to San Diego to Atlanta. Of course, we should talk about the AFC Championship, which you and I will be doing. If the Chargers win, the game is right back here in San Diego. If Buffalo should win this afternoon, we have to wait and see whether it is Oakland or Cleveland tomorrow.
I seem to have met you in Oakland one day and just missed you in San Jose. It's first and 10 now at the 12-yard line outside the 11 for the Buffalo Bills. Here's a quick pitch taken by Brown. He tries to cut back, puts his head down, drives just inside the 10-yard line. Glenn Edwards there to make the stop. It'll be just inside the 9-yard line with a second down for Buffalo.
You know, Lindsey, it's not that the San Diego defense has played that poorly, despite what the score is at halftime, whether it is 7-3, 10-3, or 14-3. Buffalo has been a very advantage-conscious team. They got 2 pass interference calls against the San Diego Chargers that led to their first touchdown, and now this other turnover might lead to another.
Ferguson dropping back, scrambling and looking. Now he throws into the end zone, and it is a touchdown taken in the end zone. Gathered in there in the end zone by Frank Lewis for the touchdown. He was in a crowd and 16 seconds remain on the clock, but it was threaded in there. Pass Butler to Frank Lewis, who scores the touchdown.
His 7th touchdown of the season, 6 coming during the regular season. Big number 82 for the Buffalo Bills. 10-year man from Grambling. He's been around. That time Ferguson was in all kinds of trouble, waited till they cleared out the zone, looked to the tight end, and Smith found Lewis, who was free, isolated one-on-one with a linebacker, and Buffalo capitalizes, just as we told you, on that fumble by Charlie Joyner.
Dick Mickemeyer will attempt the conversion. David Hum, hand outstretched, puts it down. Mickemeyer boots it up, and it's good. And so with 16 seconds remaining to be played in the first half of the ball game, the Buffalo Bills have scored again, and they're leading now by a score of 14-3.
Well, that's the way you short-circuit Charger power. They go at 14-16 in the second quarter. A 1-yard dive by Roosevelt Leaks and put Buffalo on top 7-3. But again, that drive aided by 2 costly pass interference penalties against San Diego's Ray Preston, trying to cover Joe Cribbs one-on-one, which you simply cannot do. Certainly strong consideration for AFL or AFC Rookie of the Year, the rookie from Auburn. At this time, Buffalo goes 33 yards in just 4 plays after Charlie Joyner was stripped of the football, picking up an apparent San Diego first down. The Bills recovered. They used a minute 32 and a touchdown toss of 9 yards from Joe Ferguson to Frank Lewis. That's pretty much the story. Buffalo 14 and the Chargers just 3 on that 22-yard field goal by Rolf Benerschke. The Chargers have been in Buffalo territory a couple of times, but they have really never threatened to crack into the end zone.
They have not. Ball is teed up on the 35-yard line. Mickemeyer will kick it off. Hank Bauer and Ron Smith are deep. However, he simply dribbles it downfield, and it is picked up and returned across the 40-yard line by Frank Duncan. And Duncan is dropped as he got it to the 46-yard line. Tried to dribble it down there to prevent a long return, and Frank Duncan, one of the early men there in the alignment, picked it up. It is spotted now squarely on the 45-yard line. 10 seconds on the clock, which will start on the snap.
And you can expect Dan Fouts to throw the ball with 10 seconds, certainly to try to get down into Benerschke range for a field goal, maybe to go all the way and try for the touchdown.
He's dropping back. Looked at Ron Smith, threw up the middle instead, and it's complete to Charlie Joyner. He's inside the 40-yard line. Joyner had the catch. It's going to be spotted at the 38.
And Dan Fouts asks for and receives a timeout with just 3 ticks left on the clock. Still need about 10 yards to get into Benerschke range, so you've got to run a real quick pattern and call timeout right away, because anything that uses up more than 3 seconds, you're out of luck and out of time. Dan Fouts now 13 of 19 in the afternoon for 131 yards, but no touchdowns. That's certainly the difference. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast that on 8 different occasions for half of the regular NFL season, Dan Fouts has thrown for over 300 yards, and he's approaching those kinds of numbers, but they certainly have not penetrated the Buffalo defense. Buffalo number 1 in the AFC in defense, number 2 in the entire NFL against the pass.
Play is resumed. It'll be San Diego first and 10 at the Buffalo 38. I had a chance last night to visit at some length with Chuck Knox, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, and we talked not only about today's game and plans for it, but also about his life in football. At one time, Chuck Knox was an assistant coach at the University of Kentucky. Blanton Collier was the head coach at that time, and as a matter of fact, Blanton had a lot of coaches on his staff who later became head coaches in the National Football League. That was some time ago. Chuck Knox from Sewickley, Pennsylvania. Here they go now. First and 10 for the San Diego Chargers. Fouts is dropping back, and with someone hanging on his jersey, he breaks loose and now just unloads the ball. Shot puts it out there. Nearest the lineman, who is an ineligible receiver, all to no avail because time has run out, and ball players stream for the exit. Williams and Service were hanging on. There's the gun sounding the end of the first half with the score. Buffalo 14, San Diego 3.
San Diego first down. Stripped of the football. Buffalo recovered, took it in for a big touchdown. A lot of difference going in, trailing just by 4 at halftime or down by 11.
All the difference in the world. San Diego will get the ball now as they have aligned themselves to receive the kickoff. Nick Mickemeyer is seated up on the 35-yard line, and here comes Mickemeyer. Sails it downfield. Bauer gets it on the 5-yard line. Hank Bauer to the 10, to the 15, cuts up to the 20, to the 25, Bauer to the 30. And he is stopped at the 30-yard line, so the San Diego Chargers start first and 10 at their own 30. It was Scott Hutchinson who made the stop. 40 yards.
That's what the Chargers needed, some kind of a big play. There was no doubt that Hank Bauer, number 26, wanted that football. He took it right away from Mike Fuller, who was also back there, and Dan Fouts at the quarterback controls brings his Chargers out.
Brings them out with wide receivers left and right. Winslow on a wing left in motion coming across, running back to the half formation. Muncie off the tail of the 10, cut back 35, 40, 45. Muncie to the 48-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Freeman brought him down, running out of an I formation, keeping it on the ground. San Diego's gone to the 48.
Good call on first down. Buffalo obviously was thinking fast, thinking the Chargers would try to score and do so quickly. They go on the draw play to Muncie. Good block behind Ed White. Then Sutter steps over on the right side. And perhaps a touchdown-saving grab by Bill Simpson, number 45, the 6-year safety man from Michigan State.
Again out of the I formation, Thomas is the up-back. Winslow in motion across there. Now it's taken by Fouts. He got it complete to Charlie Joyner at the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and down at the 7-yard line. Charlie Joyner. Steve Freeman and Bill Simpson had to stop. It's going to be first down and goal to go spotted outside the 7-yard line.
Look at the San Diego Charger bench come alive. They are all up on their feet. They are all rushing down to about the 30-yard line. A 36-yard 60-yard pass completion to Charlie Joyner, the man that fumbled the ball just before the half that gave the Buffalo Bills that big go-ahead touchdown. First down, San Diego, inside the 10-yard line of Buffalo. The Chargers marching right down the field. They've done it in just 2 plays after that big kickoff return by Hank Bauer.
Leave the running back to the half formation. Winslow from wing left in motion across. Quick pitch to Muncie. Muncie tries to go wide. He's going to be chased out of bounds. Could find no corner to turn. Steve Freeman ran him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So he lost on the play. It'll be second down and goal at the 9.
Well, we talk about the Chargers liking to take the jet, not the bus. They take the express, not the local, if you've got a subway in your city. And I'm sure that Don Coryell reminded his Chargers at halftime, Lindsey, said, look, we're down by 11 points. We can score from just about any place on the field. Keep in mind that we led these same Buffalo Bills 24-12 after 3 quarters, and they came back and beat us. So we're not out of the football game, and they certainly improved it by taking the opening kickoff in the second half.
This time they split the running back. Motion back toward the inside. Fouts throws into the end zone. Touchdown! Charlie Joyner! Charlie Joyner takes a great catch in the end zone. Steve Freeman covering. And the San Diego Chargers have taken the opening kickoff, and they have driven 70 yards downfield to score.
And they did it, Lindsey Nelson, in just 4 plays. They used up about a minute 24 on the clock, and Charlie Joyner has just got his 5th scoring strike of the year from Dan Fouts. Straight drop, looked for Joyner the whole way, threw it over the safety man. Joyner deep in the right corner of the end zone, turned it inside on number 22, Steve Freeman, the 6-year man from Mississippi State, and Benersh's conversion makes it 14-10. With the score, Buffalo 14, San Diego 10. Let's take a timeout. In 4 plays, a 9-yard scoring strike from Dan Fouts to Charlie Joyner's sound. Chargers right back in this football game, 14-10. Buffalo must be muttering whatever they gave him at halftime wasn't Gatorade.
Indeed, and the ball is teed up at the 35-yard line for Ralph Benershka, dropping back Roland Hooks and Roland Solomon. The field is for the Buffalo Bills. A whistle of the referee, Gene Barnes. Benershka pauses and comes forward. Puts it in the air, knuckleball downfield. Solomon has it. He's at the 13 to the 15 to the 20, 25. Solomon across the 30-yard line. He'll start first and 10 at the 31.
This could be the defensive series of the football game, Lindsey, for the San Diego defense now. They come back out onto the field. They weren't exactly muscled around in the first half by the Buffalo Bills. 2 pass interferences led to the first Buffalo score, and a fumble by Charlie Joyner led to the second one. So they've done the job, and if they can hold the Buffalo Bills right here, the offense is giving them the spark. Now, if the defense can come back, this Charger crowd will go absolutely crazy.
Limping visibly, quarterback Joe Ferguson brings them up now. Running back to Reuben and 5 receivers left and right. First and 10 at the 31. This is taken by Brown, and he's going nowhere. On the defense of the San Diego Chargers, led by Ray Preston. Curtis Brown took a loss on the play.
Ironic, I suppose, that Ray Preston, the man who made the stop, was also the culprit on the 2 pass interferences that led to that first Buffalo touchdown, a 1-yard dive by Roosevelt League. Now's the good time for the San Diego Chargers to come with a blitz. Expect the pass after they stop the run.
Second and 11 at the 30-yard line. The running backs are well set for Joe Ferguson. 5 receivers left and right. Cribbs gets the handoff, leave it on the ground, and he scoots out to the 37-yard line. Picks up 7. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Joe Cribbs carrying on the play.
And you take a look at Joe Ferguson still limping back there, back at the Buffalo 20-yard line. the book on Ferguson so far this afternoon. 8 out of 16, 98 yards. No interceptions, 1 touchdown. Cribbs now has carried 12 times for a total of 48 yards. This is a big play for the Buffalo offense. You don't want to make a mistake here. You don't want to turn the ball over. By the same token, you want to pick up the first down and not give the explosive Charger offense another shot.
They're into the shotgun formation now. Ferguson out of a lousing. And Seth gets the snap. Drops back. And it is complete out into the right flat. But Ray Preston makes an immediate hit. So that there's a loss. It was a completed pass out into the right flat. But an immediate hit on hooks out there. Puts the ball back at the 37-yard line where it's forced out and 4 yards to go.
Key man to watch now is the punt returner, Mike Fuller, the 6-year man from Auburn. Cater has punted twice, once for 40 yards and another for 48 yards.
Gator in deep punt formation, waiting for the snap. Fuller standing at his own 21-yard line. Penalty marker. High trajectory kick. Fuller steps up, goes for a fair catch and makes it at the 27-yard line, but there's a marker to be checked out back at the line of scrimmage.
If it's against San Diego, it'll be a Buffalo first down. 32-yard punt.
Illegal procedure against Buffalo.
I would think they would decline the penalty on just a 34-yard punt and take the ball. They've got pretty good field position.
I think they'll do that.
At the 28-yard line. We'll wait for Gene Barth, the referee.
Illegal formation. The left side of the offensive line was not on the line of scrimmage. Penalty refused. First down.
So the Charger defense did what they had to do. They stopped the Buffalo Bills, and the Chargers operate 1st and 10 from their own 28. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Bills 14, the Chargers 10.
That's right. We're moving them on out at Cowboy Corner Western Store. 20% off all the boots for men, women, and children and outerwear, including Goose Down and Levi jackets. Gotta make room for new merchandise that's arriving daily. So stop in at Cowboy Corner Western Store, located 1 mile south of Fort Branch on US 41. And corral yourself a 20% off clearance bargain today.
I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. This little poem gives us thought so early in a new year. As many have noticed, God gives a future to us not in decades, but in little moments of time. Each moment is precious. Use it well. This is Lynn Brummett of the First Christian Church with a thought for today, because station WYER cares.
A sea of Charger power, pom-poms, T-shirts, and flashcards as the fight song for San Diego looms large in the background right now. You can feel the electricity. The crowd comes to the occasion.
1st and 10 for the Chargers. They have the ball at their own 27. Dan Fouts dropping back to Tegeler, swings it out into the right flat. Taken out there by Muncie. Short screen, and he gets it up to the 34-yard line. Got Muncie. Advanced the ball before Jim Haslett brought him down.
Muncie behind the blocking of Ed White, number 67, the former Minnesota Viking, whose former teammates fell to the Philadelphia Eagles 31-16 this afternoon. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Of course, the Eagles are hopeful of hosting that NFC Championship game 1 week from tomorrow on CBS Radio, but it all depends what happens tomorrow between the Cowboys and the Falcons. Atlanta would like to have that home game advantage as well.
2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line. Kellen Winslow in motion across the ball to Chuck Muncie, and he's got the first down at the 40, 45, still going at the 50. He is hard to drag down. Finally stopped at the 48-yard line of Buffalo by Bill Simpson and Isaiah Robertson.
10 carries, 52 yards now for Chuck Muncie. That was a touchdown-saving grab by Isaiah Robertson, a 10-year veteran from Southern, because Muncie had scooted over the line of scrimmage on the right side. Good blocking there as the San Diego offensive line now asserting themselves as they did not do in the first half. Ed White, Dan Audick, and the center, Don Makic. And it's another first down for San Diego.
Hank Bauer is in there, and Mike Thomas is limped off. Kellen Winslow in motion across. Fouts drops back, puts it in the air to Muncie, incomplete at the 34-yard line. Chuck Muncie, covered by Shane Nelson. 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ball was thrown right on a string to Muncy, who should have made the grab right in front of the San Diego bench, and Chuck gets up very slowly, and he will limp off. And number 37 checks in for the San Diego Chargers right now. Hank Bauer, a four-year man from California Lutheran. Ball actually should have been caught, and they're taking a play from the Buffalo Bill playbook right there. That's what the Bills were doing so effectively in the first half, isolating Joe Cribb, the rookie from Auburn, one-on-one with a linebacker.
Ike Thomas back in there now, along with Hank Bauer, his second and turns the 48-yard line. Dropping back is Fouts. He throws it, and it is complete at the 41-yard line, but there's a penalty marker thrown. J.J. was there to make the catch. Mario Clark made the tackle. Jefferson.
This will be holding against the San Diego Chargers. An awesome pass rush put on that time by the Bills defense. Ben Williams and Sherman White trying to bust through there and get to Dan Fouts, who has not had the time he's used to. And again, the way to beat that is have your receivers run shorter routes.
Here's the referee. Number 60 offense, holding, Bill second down. Dan Roddick, and that puts the ball back at the 41-yard line. Bill second down and 17. John Floyd's in there as an additional receiver now. They line up in a double wing. Thomas the lone setback, actually. Floyd in motion outside left, Winslow in a wing right, and here's a pop pass right over the line to Jefferson. Did he catch it or didn't he? The official says yes. That's the 49-yard line. And Buffalo is protesting vehemently. The ruling that it was a catch by Jefferson at the 49-yard line. Bill Simpson covering defensively.
Also protesting vehemently is Chuck Knox over on the Buffalo sideline. Cannot believe it, saying that the ball definitely bounced, but it's across the 50-yard line now. Third down and 11. You know, Lindsey, except for the first drive that the San Diego Chargers had, Kellen Winslow has not caught a pass since that drive. He has one reception for only 5 yards, so he might be a fellow the Chargers would want to go to. He was the leading pass catcher, the favorite receiver of Dan Fouts.
Here's Floyd in motion outside right off a slot right. Dropping back is Dan Fouts. Humps once and now throws it in his blocked at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 11, and the Chargers will have to give up the football as the punting unit led by Rick Partridge comes onto the field.
Well, Winslow that time never got off the line of scrimmage. Partridge has a 14-yard punt, a 45-yard punt, averaging 29.5. Would like to get off a good one here. In fact, the Bills defense that time, you certainly got to give them credit, because after the Chargers took the opening kickoff in the second half and marched down and scored, Buffalo dug in and stopped the San Diego Charger explosive offensive unit.
Buffalo leading in the ball game by a score of 14-10. The pass to Partridge is blocked. It's high up into the air. And Buffalo is scrambling for the ball on the ground. And in any case, Buffalo will get the ball first and 10 at the 38-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. So, in the first meeting of these teams, they blocked one. Another Partridge never got off. They blocked that one. Buffalo gets the ball in good field position. There's a timeout on the field with the score, Buffalo 14 and San Diego 10.
This is Joel Yarber, WYER News Director. WYER and CBS Radio have teamed up to bring you the best news. Every hour on the hour, there's a summary of worldwide news from CBS and local news from WYER. We have expanded local reports at 7 and 8 a.m., noon, and 4 and 5 p.m. There's also reports from Gibson County, Edwards County, and West Salem. WYER and CBS bringing you good news, good sports, and good company. Whatever is happening, you'll hear about it.
In case you haven't heard, the Now account has arrived. In fact, it's hard to find a financial institution that isn't offering a Now account, each with its own different terms and requirements. So how do you decide which one is right for you? Talk to the professional bankers at Security Bank and Trust Company. Full-service banks invented checking, and they can explain the various terms and requirements. Stop in today. We've got the answers about Now accounts and a lot more. Security Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Driving here, second down and 6. They have it at the San Diego 34-yard line. Ferguson with a quick pitch, taken this time by Brown. Sends it down to the 30 and gets it into the 29-yard line before Fred Dean comes in to make the tackle. A gain of 5 on the play. It's about a yard short of the first down. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
This is WYER, WYR-FM, Mount Carmel.
They
bring the sticks out for the measurement after a pickup of almost 5 yards by number 47, Curtis Brown, the 4-year man from Missouri. And it looks to be just about the length of the football shy of first down yardage. Big third down call now. You obviously expect the 2 tight end alignment, and you expect some kind of a running play. This used to be the same kind of a situation. Bart Starr used to fake the handoff into the line and go deep to Boyd Dowler or somebody. Chargers defense would like to dig in here after that turnover, the costly block punt, and certainly keep Buffalo out of the end zone and hope that they can keep them off the scoreboard and deny them even a field goal.
Reuben Gant has come in at the double tight end. Ron Jesse's in at the wide receiver as well for Buffalo on a third and extremely short. 8 minutes, 14 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. And Roosevelt Leaks is in there as well now. Big man they use on short yardage. He's in with Cribb. Ferguson going to a high count. Roosevelt Leaks first and 10 as he dives over. It'll be first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Obviously a big first down picked up by the Buffalo Bills, who trailed 3-0, then scored 14 unanswered points in the second stanza to lead by 11 at halftime. Chargers going right down in the opening kickoff in the third quarter to pull to within 4, and Buffalo taking advantage of that big block punt by Irvin Parker, the rookie from South Carolina State, knocking on the San Diego Chargers' door once more.
Curtis Brown in there, a running back now. Along with Cribbs, it's first and 10 at the 27-yard line. Cribbs goes to the right side, takes a wrinkle and goes outside. Wants to cut back, gets inside the 25-yard line, and Mike Fuller pulls him down. It is at the 24-yard line for a gain of 3. Ray Preston also on the tackle.
Real smart play that time by Frank Lewis, the man who grabbed a 9-yard touchdown pass. He was the wide receiver. He was coming back against the flow, and had he thrown the block on Glenn Edwards over at about the 35-yard line, it would have been a clip, but he stopped short and allowed Cribbs to go around the right side for a short pickup.
Roland Hooks comes into the ball game now for the Buffalo Bills. Second down and 7 at the 24-yard line. Breaks the huddle, sending Lewis to the left side. Jerry Butler far to the right side. Shotgun formation with Joe Ferguson. Sets to receive the direct snap. Ferguson has the ball in retreat. Throws it long and into the end zone. It's incomplete. Intended for Jerry Butler, but deflected by San Diego defender in the end zone. It was Willie Buchanan.
Getting up very slowly back at the 38-yard line of the Chargers, Joe Ferguson, who just continues to pick himself up, dust himself off, coming out of that shotgun formation. Big pass rush that time put on, and Ferguson did well to get rid of it. Butler had the inside move, did a little stutter step, and tried to pull up at about the 12-yard line, but then getting his arm up and batting it away, Willie Buchanan, the 9-year man from San Diego State, another big third down play.
Third and 7. Buffalo at the 24-yard line of San Diego. Kramer is on the slot to the left side. Lewis is outside him. Shotgun formation. Ferguson is moving. Hooks over to the right side. In motion. And now it's taken by Ferguson up the middle. And it is intercepted at the 9-yard line. The front will take to the 15. Glenn Edwards. Glenn Edwards has intercepted and returned to the 21-yard line. His 6th interception of the season.
Well, we said the Charger defense would have to assert themselves, try to come up with a fumble, some kind of a turnover, and keep the Bills off the scoreboard. That's exactly what they did. And now with a score, Buffalo 14, San Diego 10. Let's take a timeout.
Have you been putting off buying that new car because interest rates are too high? Well, take a good look. Sure, the bank prime rate is way up. Sure, home mortgage costs are up. But the cost of financing your car with GMAC hasn't rocketed up like everything else. Your GM dealer who uses GMAC not only has money available right now, but at rates that haven't changed that much in the past few years. So come on into your GM dealer and check out that new Chevy, Pontiac, Olds, Buick, or Cadillac today.
Well, the offense picked up the defense early in the second half as they went 70 yards in 4 plays. The defense has returned the favor, and they give Dan Fouts first and 10 at his own 21.
We have 6 minutes, 18 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter on a sunny day in San Diego, California. Chargers, of course, last year were eliminated in the playoffs by the Houston Oilers. In the 2 years when he was in San Diego, Coryell was eliminated in the first playoff game. And so this has been more than just another playoff as far as he personally is concerned. Scoriel has been intent on proving that the kind of an offense that he runs, and throughout his career, he has run an offense that likes to put the ball into the air. It's a flashy offense. He wants to prove that that is an offense that will stand up under the scrutiny of the big, tough playoff game. He's trailing by 4 points here this afternoon. First and 10. Ball is at the 21-yard line of San Diego. Jefferson to the right side. Joyner to the left side. Running back to the half formation. Kevin Winslow in motion across. It is taken by Chuck Muncie. Goes to the left side. Gets it to the 24-yard line for 3. It'll be second down and 7 yards to go. Isaiah Robertson in there to make the tackle. He played for Chuck Knox at Los Angeles.
Of course, you keep calling Kelvin Winslow's number 80 the big tight end. He was the favorite receiver of Dan Fouts during the regular season. He's 6'5", 252 in his third year from Missouri. He had 89 catches for over 1,290 yards and 9 touchdowns, but he has just one grab here this afternoon for just 5 yards.
Fouts pumps Watson, throws, and it's incomplete. Intended to Charlie Joyner. Charles Romes was crossing the defender there, and it's incomplete.
Very dangerous ball that never should have been thrown. Number 26, Charles Romes, the 4-year man from North Carolina Central, in there to bust it up. And the Chargers now faced with a third down situation. And so far in this football game, they are 1 for 6 on third down conversions. And the way that Mr. Partridge has had some punting problems, they'd be very wise to try to pick up this first down.
Wouldn't they, though? Big Kellen Winslow comes out of the huddle now, walking steadily over to a wing left. Thomas is the lone setback. Lloyd in motion outside right from a wing right. Fouts dropping back. And he's hit. The ball is loose. And it is scrambled for, and Buffalo's on the ball. But now, is it an incompleted pass? Had his arm started forward? That's the question. Fouts is getting up slowly.
You would do. Ben Williams, 6'3", 245 in his 5th year from Missouri, in there to pounce on him, along with big number 57, Lucius Sanford, the 3rd-year man from Georgia Tech, 6'2", 216. So now Partridge, a 14-yard kick, a 45-yard boomer, and one that's been blocked. Very nervous chap standing at his own 9-yard line.
Was ruled an incompleted pass, so the line of scrimmages as it was at the 24. Partridge now gets this one off hook. Is retreating. Rolling it at the 25-yard line. He is at the 30, at the 32. Well, his legs are still churning, but he's going nowhere. And it'll be at the 31-yard line. A 46-yard punt by Partridge. First and 10. We'll be back after this message.
Do you have one of them Webb Pierce collector's items with his 20 greatest hits?
Yep, sure do.
I've got to have one. He's had 69 hit songs in a row.
Yeah, he also was for 8 years voted the #1 singer in country music.
Hot dang it, I've got to have one. Please, before they're all gone.
If you got $10.98 for an album, 8-track, or a cassette.
Yeah, after I sell this cow.
Won't you send it on into Webb Pierce?
What, the cow?
No, the $10.98.
Oh, what's the address?
Save COD charges. Send $10.98 to Webb Pierce, WYER, Box 553, Mount Carmel, Illinois, 62863. Or for faster service, dial 1-800-453-8800. That's 1-800-453-8800. Please specify album, 8-track, or cassette, and allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Guaranteed by Telemedia Products, Nashville, Tennessee.
Buffalo Bills, leading 14-10, have turned the ball over once. The San Diego Chargers have turned it over twice, and it's 14-10. The Buffalo Bills on top over San Diego. The winner goes on to the AFC Championship game 1 week from tomorrow on CBS Radio. And Lindsey and I have our choices of being either back here in the sun of San Diego or the rather blustery, wintry weather in Buffalo or Cleveland, depending on how the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns do tomorrow, and of course how this one winds up still this afternoon.
First and 10 for Buffalo. They held the ball at the 31-yard line. Ferguson handing it off to Cribbs. Cribbs tries to cut back to the right side. Dives up there to about the 33-yard line as Ray Preston comes in to make the tackle. Got a couple of yards on the play. It's 2 yards. In the wild card playoffs, of course, Los Angeles was eliminated, so was Houston, as we are dwindling ever so quickly down to the precious few in the playoff rounds. Earlier today, Minnesota was eliminated. One of these teams here this afternoon will be eliminated. Second out and 8 yards to go at the 33-yard line. Ferguson waiting for the snap. Running backs are evened up. Wide receivers Cribbs drove across the 35. He spotted at the 36 for 3 more. It'll be third down and 5 yards to go.
Cribbs now has carried the ball 15 times for a total of 51 yards. He has caught 2 passes for 21 yards. And it's a big third down play for both the offense of the Buffalo Bills as they strive to pick up a first down and keep things alive, and also for the defense of the San Diego Chargers. Buffalo 5 out of 10 on third down conversion.
Curtis Brown has gone out of the ball game. Roland Hooks has come in.
Be a good time to blitz.
They're into the shotgun once again. Ferguson waiting for the snap. Gets the ball and drops back. Goes long, and it is completed at the 40-yard line. 35, 30, 25, 20 out of bounds, and it is Lewis, and there's a holding penalty against Buffalo back at the line of scrimmage, which will nullify the long game. That is why there's high jubilation in the ranks of the San Diego faithful.
Well, that's going to end up to be, Lindsey, about a 60-yard penalty, because they would have had it all the way down inside the San Diego 20-yard line. A very concerned, as well he should be, Chuck Knox over on the sideline, because instead of knocking on the Charger door, he's now got third and a bunch.
Offense, number 72, still third down. Ken Jones, the culprit.
5-year man from Arkansas State. And that negates a huge pickup. And I want to tell you, you talk about receivers being wide open. The closest man there was Chuck Knox on the sideline, and he wanted his man to catch the ball.
It'll be third down and 15 yards to go now at the 26 for the Buffalo Bills. They are leading in the game by a score of 14 to 10. We have 3 minutes, 53 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Buffalo into the shotgun. Ferguson waiting for the direct snap. And he's got it. He is retreating to look. And he can't get rid of it. He is sacked. He is sacked at the 15-yard line. Louis Kelce got there. So did Gary Johnson. And so did Fred Dean.
Well, you can hear the crowd in the background. And what a dramatic change of events in just 2 plays. Holding against the Buffalo Bills. The second San Diego sack on Joe Ferguson. And number 7 comes in, Greg Cater, to do the punting. The rookie from Tennessee, Chattanooga, who's had a very successful afternoon. Now the Chargers line up 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Cater is standing back at about his own 1-yard line.
Fuller has dropped back now to receive it for San Diego, standing at his own 37. Here they get the snap, steps up, has plenty of time, a high spiraling kick. Fuller comes up, he is at his own 42. Fuller to the left side, 45 to the 50. Down just across the 50-yard line. San Diego starts first and 10 at the 49-yard line of Buffalo, and we'll be back after this message.
NFL Monday Night Football, the World Series, the Preakness and Belmont Stakes, U.S. Open Tennis, Masters Golf, Baseball's All-Star, the American and National League Playoff, NFL Postseason Play, the Sun Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Super Bowl, and more from the top team in radio sports broadcasting, CBS Radio Sports. I'm Win Elliott, inviting you to enjoy our CBS coverage of major sports all year round from this station. Hear it here.
Hey, Wolfman Jack with the word about selective service registration. And registration does not mean the draft. The draft would take an act of Congress. All registration is it gives them a pool of names to select from in case there is a national emergency. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. Male citizens and aliens residing in the United States, born in 60, 61, and 62, have a responsibility to register and to keep selective service advised of any change of address. So do it at any U.S. post office. Thank you.
This Bureau.
San Diego Chargers are 49 yards away from taking the lead in this football game, a lead they relinquished after a 22-yard field goal by Rolf Panerska early in the first quarter.
First and 10, they have it at the 49 of Buffalo, and here they come out of the huddle and up to the line. Dan Fouts, the quarterback, a lone setback is Muncie. Fouts retreats, throws to Muncie in the right flat. He's at the 50-45. That's back to the 40, Muncie bounds to the 35. And on a stand-up tackle, he is stopped at the 34-yard line. Mario Clark made the stop.
And again, pressure being put on by the Buffalo Bills defense. Fouts did very, very well just to get rid of that football. Buffalo came with a blitz. Fouts dropped back about 5 yards and just dumped it off before Ben Williams dumped Danny Fouts down. Then Muncie, 6 catches, 53 yards. Stutter steps down the right sideline behind the blocking of Ed White, turned it outside, and it's a San Diego first down.
Here come the Chargers now with Charlie Joyner going to the left side and Jefferson coming to the right side, running back to Thomas and Muncie. They're evened up for Danny Fouts. Motion from Jefferson, right set all the way across to the left side. Here is Muncie again, cutting off tackle right and driving inside the 25. He gets it down to the 24-yard line. Mario Clark again made the tackle. Another first and 10, I think. It is very, very close.
Muncie had a convoy around that right side. Dan Audick, Ed White leading the blocking. And Muncie just put his head down and barreled the last 2 yards on his own. It's just about the length of a football shy of first down yardage. And you can feel the momentum building again for the San Diego Chargers. Time for the Buffalo Bills defense to try to force some kind of a turnover. Maybe strip Muncie of the football. He's been prone to fumbleitis.
They're up there in an I formation, needing just about a foot. Muncie has it. He cuts back to the right side. He has got the first down and dives into the 19-yard line. Then Williams made the stop. First down and 10 to go. San Diego at the Buffalo 19-yard line. 2 minutes, 16 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter as the San Diego Chargers are trailing by 4 points in driving here in this third period.
12 carries now, a total of 70 yards for Chuck Muncie. He has 6 pass receptions for a total of 63 yards coming out of the backfield. Again, I don't understand them not using Kelvin Winslow, their outstanding tight end, who's the pass receiver. Just 1 catch for 5 yards.
Jefferson in motion across. Dropping back his foul. Throws on the right side to Thomas. He's got it at the 15. He's to the 12-yard line. Picks up 7 on the completed pass. Jim Haslett made the tackle. Second down, 3 yards to go. San Diego is at the 12-yard line. Penalty marker on the play.
Buffalo lined up offsides on the play. So Dan Fouts checking now with Gene Barth, the referee, and immediately a very concerned Chuck Knox goes to the headphones over on the Buffalo sideline, talking to his coaching staff upstairs, trying to figure out if there's not some way they can put a little bit more pressure on Dan Fouts and slow down the momentum the Chargers are building here in the third quarter.
57 defense. 57 defense, offside.
That was Lucius Stanford, and the reason you heard an interruption is because Fouts went over and had something further to say to the referee, Gene Barth.
I think what he said is, we'll take the penalty and have it 1st and 5.
That moves the ball just inside the 15-yard line. First down and 5 yards to go. 1:44 on the clock remaining in the third quarter. Fouts waits for the snap. Gives it again to Muncie. Off tackle right. Standing into the 12-yard line. Pick up about 3. Steve Freeman in the stop.
Actually, Muncie was stripped of the football, and Bill Simpson is claiming it was Buffalo's ball, but the official ruled correctly that Muncie was down. His knee was down before the ball bounced out. And so it'll bring up second down and a short 3 yards to go. Chargers obviously don't want to risk any kind of a turnover right here. They want to come away with some points, whether it's the go-ahead touchdown or a field goal to pull to within 1.
Here come the Chargers in an I formation. Given to Muncie, and Muncie drives inside the 10-yard line. 59 seconds on the clock remaining to be played in this third. Lucius Stanford on the tackle. It is a first down. First down and goal to go at the 9-yard line.
Interesting on this drive, Lindsey. They throw the pass on first down. They decline the gain. They take the penalty at 1st and 5. You run Muncie on 2 successive plays. San Diego's strength obviously is the passing game. Are they getting a little bit too conservative right now? You certainly can't cover John Jefferson, Charlie Joyner, Kelvin Winslow one-on-one. And you go with your strength that got you here, and that's what they're not doing right now as they work Buffalo back into the corner of the end zone.
Muncie out of the ball game, replaced by Bauer. Here's Thomas getting a handoff, and he cuts back, and he drives to the 1-yard line. Mike Thomas cut back and throws to the 1. He's pushed away all the way to the 5, but his forward progress is going to be marked at the 1-yard line.
50, the second-year man from Missouri, as the Chargers are knocking on the door, second and goal from the 1.
Clock is running. It has 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It is down to 5 seconds. Foul contesting for a little quiet. It's down to 2, down to 1, and that is time expiring in this period. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Buffalo 14, San Diego 10.
Here's how to talk your chauffeur into the idea of Buick's little limousine, the 1981 Century sedan. First, point out the Buick quality. Next, show him the elegantly appointed interior. Then point out the trim, intelligent lines, and V6 engine. If he argues that limousines are supposed to be large and expensive and the Century is neither, tell him when he starts making the payments, he can pick out the car.
Hi, Pat Summerall. Your home may have plenty of hot water if you never have to use it, but if you shower, do the dishes, run the washing machine, and more, you need a water heater that can really produce. Like a True Value water heater that features an effective heating method, insulation, and efficient design to supply as much hot water as an active household uses. Choose a size that's right for your needs in either a gas or electric model, and save money by installing it yourself. Complete instructions are included with every True Value water heater, sold only at participating True Value hardware stores.
Jim Kelly, Lindsey Nelson, back with you from San Diego for the final 15 minutes of regulation. And certainly we emphasize regulation because mathematically all sorts of wild possibilities exist right now. With Buffalo having a 4-point lead, San Diego, if they get the touchdown and a conversion, could go ahead 17-14. Buffalo could come back, kick a field goal, 17-all, and we interrupt regular programming, so stay right with us.
Ball is brought downfield and spotted outside the 1-yard line. About the 1.5, where it'll be second down and goal to go. Bauer and Muncie are the backs of the ball game just now. For the San Diego Chargers trying to get into the end zone to take the lead in this ball game. Here they come out of the huddle and up to the line. Bauer is going to be the end back in the I formation, and Chuck Muncie will be the tailback. Winslow is a wing right. Winslow in motion across. And now he handed off to Muncie. Down, touchdown. Friendly marker. Muncie actually took a start. He took a step too early, and Ed Marion has thrown a flag.
On the play.
We'll get now Barth's description.
Illegal motion, offense, 2 men were in motion at the same time.
So, although Muncie dived into the end zone, it will be a penalty against the San Diego Chargers. They had Winslow in motion, and then when Muncie also went in motion, that really constitutes an illegal shift.
That could be a very, very costly. That could be a very costly penalty. It backs them up to the 6-yard line. Now, of course, they get the down over, so they get 2 more cracks at it before you would probably see Rolf Manerschke come in for the field goal try. And instead of a running situation, you got a passing situation. But usually when they get down like this, they like to run Muncie on the sweep.
Second and goal at the 6.5. Thomas and Muncie are the running backs in the ballgame, and Muncie gets his start right. That's inside the 5. He's stacked up at the 4-yard line. It'll be third down and goal at the 4 for the San Diego Chargers.
Well, this is what they did on their first drive way back in the first quarter. They ran Muncie on the sweep. He was denied both times he tried to punch it in, and they had to settle for a 22-yard field goal by Rolf Manerschke. Yards rushing now. The Chargers have 92 yards, and Buffalo has 86 yards. But you take a look at the rushing of Chuck Muncie in the football game. Well, we'll get that after this play.
Third down and goal to go at the 4-yard line. Dan Faust waiting for the snap. They're in a slot right. Faust has the ball. Short drop goes to the right corner and incomplete. Deflected over there by Mario Clark. Mario Clark deflected it and sent it over there for Jefferson. Here comes the field goal unit. To the displeasure of the fans here, because the field goal will still leave them 1 point short.
Well, that's the smart play. You have to take the points right now and put them up on the board. It pulls you to within 1 if Manerschke can connect, and it's just a chip shot.
22-yarder. Fuller is in the hole for him. Fuller down on one knee, hand out stretch, waiting for the snap, puts it down. Manerschke boots it up, and it's good. And so the score is now, with the score, Buffalo 14, San Diego 13. Let's take time out.
Very costly illegal motion penalty against Chuck Muncy of the San Diego Chargers has cost San Diego the lead. They still trail at 14-13 after Bernierschke has banged through his second 22-yard field goal. And now it's up to the Buffalo Bills to try to get it back on offense and put some more points on the board, because certainly 14-13, anything's possible with the explosive offense of San Diego.
Bernierschke is seated up on the 35-yard line. Roland Hooks, Roland Solomon of the deep end to receive it for the Buffalo Bills. Bernierschke's kick high, end will be on high trajectory. And a second. By Solomon at the 8 to the 10 to the 15. Solomon is tackled and stopped at the 18-yard line. It was Cliff Thrift downfield to make the tackle.
Naturally, as we are early in the fourth quarter, the clock certainly becomes a factor, but Buffalo cannot afford to sit on a 14-13 lead. If you look at Joe Ferguson, the veteran from Arkansas, come out and try to, I would think, inspire his team a little bit at this point, Lindsey, because except for the second quarter, Buffalo has been shut out in the first and third stanzas.
Ferguson calling the play on the huddle now, and here comes the Buffalo Bills. They're sending Butler far to the left side. Curtis Brown, Joe Cribbs are the running back for Ferguson. Waiting to take the snap. Going to a higher count. Takes it now. Penalty markers thrown everywhere. Here's a long pass up the left sideline, and it is bobbled up into the air and intercepted. Taken by Glenn Edwards. He was in a battle with Jerry Butler. However, there are flags all over the field here.
I believe San Diego was offside, Lindsey. I think that this will be a big break for Buffalo. Let's see if they were drawn offside.
Offside indicated, and it is against San Diego. That is the preliminary signal of the referee. So the ball is brought down, back downfield, no interception. Gene Barth, the referee, is ready to mark off the 5-yard penalty, and then we'll hear from him. He steps it off. Here is the referee.
Interior lineman on defense, offside, still first down.
First and 5 at the 23-yard line.
Chargers starting to hurt themselves now with costly penalties. One denied them a touchdown. This one denied them the football.
Wide receivers left and right. Running backs evened up for Ferguson. Thrift drives over his right guard out to the 25-yard line for 2. It'll be second down and 3 yards to go. Red Dean coming in to make the tackle.
Tackle by number 52, Ray
Joe Cribbs, a rookie from Auburn, 5'11", 190-pounder. Yesterday, someone asked Don Coryell, if the irresistible force meets the immovable object, who wins? And he says, the team that doesn't make mistakes. His team has made some here this afternoon. Second down and 3 yards to go. Hands it off to Brown. He tries the left side, driving up near the first down sticks as Louis Kelcher comes in to make the tackle.
Curtis Brown, the ball carrier. Louis Kelcher having some kind of a football game out here this afternoon for the San Diego Chargers. And this will be very close to the first down. In fact, so close, Gene Barth will bring in the sticks and ask for a measurement. And it'll give that offensive line of Buffalo a chance to regroup a little bit. And Ferguson a little bit more time to limp around on that very, very tender right ankle. They stretch the sticks out.
First and 10.
That's the 14th first down in the football game picked up by the Buffalo Bills. Obviously a big win. It gives them the football again at 13:03 with the clock stopped for the measurement.
They have the ball at their own 28-yard line. With a 1-point lead, they come out of the huddle. They are sending Jerry Butler to the left side, Frank Lewis to the right side. Cribbs is in the left set, Brown's in the right set for Ferguson. Ferguson dropping back. Goes right over the middle, and it's incomplete to Brown. Curtis Brown did not hang on, down a little low. It's going to be second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Brown caught 20 passes for 137 yards, no touchdowns on the season. Certainly that was a very catchable ball, isolating the running back on the linebacker one-on-one. Ferguson put it right in there, stuck it right in on the numbers. Now, Cribbs that time looped out to the left side. He was free down at about the 40-yard line at Buffalo, and I'm sure Cribbs is reporting same back to Ferguson in the huddle now on 2nd and 10.
John Lee's in defensively. Leroy Jones has come off the field. That is for San Diego. Here's the 2nd and 10 at the 28 for Buffalo. And it's taken by Ferguson. He rolls right. Goes back to the left on a screen. And it's taken over there by Mark Bramer. Tight end screen. And he advances across the 40 up to the 45, possibly 46-yard line. Woody Lowe brought him down. Bramer on a tight end screen to the left side. And it'll be first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Big play time for the Buffalo Bills, and Ferguson set that play up absolutely perfectly. Of course, Bramer caught a touchdown pass in the previous meeting, the one that Buffalo trailed after 3 quarters of play, came roaring back with 2 unanswered fourth-quarter touchdowns to take the 1980 meeting between these two.
As they spotted at the unbound markers near the 47-yard line. Buffalo still back there in the huddle. They have a 1-point lead, the clock running. They send Lewis to the left side. Butler to the right side. Cribbs is in motion outside right. Ferguson to Brown, and Curtis Brown drives into the 50-yard line for 3 to make it 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Red Dean coming in to make the tackle for San Diego. Buffalo playing the control game, keeping the ball on the ground, driving steadily upfield. Clock is running. It's down to 11 minutes, 23 seconds remaining to be played in this game. Buffalo is leading by a score of 14-13. Team that loses is through for the year. Again, it's Cribbs and Brown evened up. That's Cribbs in motion outside to the left. Ferguson dropping back. Takes a look. And throws long. And it is intercepted at the 29 by Mike Fuller. He's back to the 30, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds.
Veteran from Auburn picked off the 12-year veteran from Arkansas pass, a 22-yard return to very dramatically turn things around in this 4th quarter. There's a timeout on the field with 10:58 left to go in regulation. The score, Buffalo 14, San Diego 13. That's the 2nd interception of the football game for the San Diego Chargers against Joe Ferguson, who went off the field very, very angry at himself. And you talk about turnovers deciding this football game. Buffalo with 2 interceptions. The Chargers have fumbled the ball, and Fouts has had some problems also in the interception department. But right now, the San Diego offense back at about midfield, and they need, really, I don't think, Lindsey, a field goal. They need that touchdown. They want to put it out of field goal range for Buffalo.
Ferguson was trying to get that pass to his tight end, Bramer, who was well covered by Preston when Fuller picked it off. First and 10 to 49. And a pass break complete to Charlie Joyner at the 29-yard line. He rolls over for another yard, and Mario Clark is hanging on. Make that Jefferson on the reception. Jefferson on the reception, and it's first and 10 now for the San Diego Chargers.
Fouts now has thrown for over 330 yards. That was Jefferson's 6 completions for 84 yards. Check it, Fouts is 231 yards. 231 yards for Fouts, and a big first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line on J.J.'s reception. Winslow in motion across. Fouts handing it off close inside. Muncie has the ball, and he gets about a yard. At the 26-yard line, he is stopped by Mike Kadish. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
Well, San Diego has tried that play, running Muncie on first down repeatedly after a big gainer, thinking that they've got the Buffalo defense fooled, and it has worked very successfully. That time, Buffalo's defense equal to the task. Stop Muncie at a very short game, and it'll be a passing situation again for Fouts.
9 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the game. San Diego trailing by a point. There's Jefferson in motion across. Fouts is dropping back, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Winslow, who was on the ground at the time. The shortstop popped over the middle, but Winslow was down at the time, incomplete.
Winslow simply fell down, never got off the line of scrimmage. That's a timing pattern, and Fouts just took 1.5 steps back and let go of the ball. He never saw the intended receiver. Now, 3rd down conversions. The Chargers are 1 out of 7 so far in the football game. They need 9 yards. They might come right back to his number 1 receiver, Kellen Winslow.
Get an extra receiver in. Ron Smith is in the ball game, and they bring Chuck Lindsey out now. 3rd down and 9. Ross retreats. Sets up and throws. Smith has the ball, and it's intercepted. Intercepted. Picked off the fingertip, and Bill Simpson has it at the 6-yard line. It was taken ever so briefly by Ron Smith, and then Bill Simpson took it right off his fingertip, spotted it at the 7-yard line. Now 1st down and 10 yards to go for Buffalo.
The ball was just slightly overthrown, intended for Smith, who was running a down and out curl. Simpson was right with him, but Smith had position on him finally. The ball a little bit overthrown. Smith tried to make the good grab, the 3rd-year man from San Diego State, and the Michigan State veteran Bill Simpson comes up with his 5th interception on the year, a huge turnover for the Buffalo Bills. So right now, fumbles and costly penalties and this last interception have hurt the San Diego cause.
1st and 10 for Buffalo at their own 7-yard line with 9 minutes, 34 seconds remaining to be played in the game. Buffalo 14, San Diego 13.
Each team has turned the ball over twice, but Lindsey, that motion penalty against Muncie that kept him out of the end zone is the difference right now in this football game.
Wide receivers left and right, the running backs are even up for Joe Ferguson. Brown and Cribbs to the setback. Handed off to Cribbs. He goes left, and he goes nowhere. He is swarmed by the defense. Nothing was opened up. It's no gain. 2nd down and 10 yards to go at the 7-yard line.
All right, now if you're Chuck Knox, the conservative coach of the Buffalo Bills, you've got Joe Ferguson. He's had 2 interceptions so far the afternoon. You're definitely backed up there in be careful country at your own 7-yard line, but you've got to pick up a 1st down. You don't want Cater, your punter, kicking from the shadows of your own end zone, looking at the goalpost right there. You've got to pick up a 1st down, try to march down and use up some time on the clock. If you're San Diego, you've stopped them on 1st down at 2nd and 10. I think it's a good time, Lindsey, to come with a blitz, jam up the middle a little bit, go based on Knox's conservatism, and figure they're going to keep it on the ground and key on Joe Cribbs.
Curtis Brown left off. Roosevelt Leaks is in the ballgame from the end zone. Ferguson throws completed. Out to the 15-yard line to Roosevelt Leaks, and he gets across the 20 and all the way up to the 23-yard line. Ball is taken away from him by Glenn Edwards. However, it's going to be blown dead and possession still by Buffalo. Buffalo retains possession, although Edwards came up with the ball, and it's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line.
That's Leaks' first catch of the football game. It's good for 15 yards and a very important 1st down. Conrad Dober, what a job he's doing on number 74, Louis Kelcher, in the middle of that Buffalo line. Key 1st down, and that's exactly what Buffalo had to do, is pick up a little bit of room and the 1st down.
Buffalo Bills back in their huddle now. Come out of the huddle, sending Frank Lewis to the left side and Jerry Butler to the right side. Roosevelt Leaks is in the left set, and Joe Cribbs is in the right set for Joe Ferguson. Ferguson gets the snap. Takes the handoff, still has the ball, and he is blindsided by Leroy Jones and dropped back at the 13-yard line. Ferguson never knew what hit him as he was blindsided by Leroy Jones.
That's the 3rd sack in the football game for the San Diego Chargers. Remember, they led the entire NFL with 60, and as Lindsey called it, indeed, Ferguson never knew what hit him. He faked the inside handoff to Cribbs. He came back looking over the middle, and from the left side, unimpeded, came big Leroy Jones for the sack. That's the 3rd sack, as we said, for the Chargers. Ferguson actually did well just to hang on to the football.
Roland Hooks comes into the ballgame now. Roosevelt Leaks goes out, so it's Cribbs and Hooks as the running back. They go into the shotgun formation on the 2nd and 20 at the 13-yard line. Ferguson has the ball out of the shotgun, retreats to the goal line. He's in the end zone. Now he throws, and it is complete to Bramer at the 20. Mark Bramer dives up to the 24-yard line. That's not going to be nearly enough for the 1st down, of course. Glenn Edwards coming in to make the tackle. It'll be still about 9 or 10 yards short. Louis Kelcher also on the tackle.
And Ferguson was lucky he didn't throw his 3rd interception of the football game because they had Bramer covered and actually had 2 linebackers in pretty good position to maybe pick off that pass over at about the 15-yard line. But he did a good job of coming back toward the ball and get it at least back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 9 yards to go at the 24-yard line. Buffalo into the shotgun, and the crowd is rising to this 3rd down occasion. Frank Lewis in motion across. Ferguson takes the snap. Pumps it, and it's incomplete. Cribbs was at the 38-yard line. Hit him in the hands. Incomplete. 4th down and 9 for Buffalo. Buffalo still leading 14-13. 6 minutes, 27 seconds left to play in the game.
Mike Williams, 5'10", 179 in his 6th year from LSU. in there to just get a little fingertip on the ball. Ferguson lips off. He wasn't sacked, but that right ankle's been bothering him ever since the first series for Buffalo.
Cater is in the punt. Fuller's back to field. Keep in mind that Benershka is the field goal man for San Diego, and his longest this year is 53 yards. Cater waiting at the 10-yard line. Buffalo with a 1-point lead. There's the snap. Getting it to now Fuller. Retreat. Has it at the 31-yard line. He's at the 35. He is at the 40. And Fuller gets it up to the 43-yard line. However, there's a penalty marker there. The ball got away. And perhaps it has been recovered by Buffalo.
Taken on the 30-yard line. Fuller throws the fumble on the play.
Fumble and recovered by Buffalo. And Buffalo gets the ball first and 10 at the 39-yard line. As they get them unscrambled, they're changing units now. The sticks are being moved. But Buffalo has the ball. They have a 1-point lead. They have the ball at the San Diego 39 on Fuller's fumble, and 6:17 remain.
Jim Richter, number 51 from North Carolina State, the rookie, was in there. Also Scott Hutchinson and stripped Fuller of the football. San Diego now 3 turnovers to Buffalo's 2. Certainly a key one right there because the Bills are operating. All they need is another 10 yards and another field goal.
Here's a quick pitch. Roosevelt leaks, tries the right side. San Diego defense stacks him up at the 38-yard line for a gain of 1. It's going to be second down at 9 yards to go. Leroy Jones and Louis Kelcher in to make the tackle.
Well, of course, what Buffalo would like to do right now is use up an awful lot of that clock. We're inside 6 minutes and counting, and the Bills have a 1-point lead over the Chargers. What they certainly would like to do, besides use up some clock, is put at least a field goal up on the board to make it 17-13 and remove the Charger possibility of winning by a Benershka field goal. Of course, if they get a touchdown, that's gravy on the cake, and that puts it on its way.
They're up there in the I formation. Dribbs behind Roosevelt leaks for Joe Ferguson, the quarterback, wide receivers left and right. Ferguson now fakes the draw and throws complete to Cribbs. He drives to the 30-yard line. Stopped there, and Bob Horn is the man who made the tackle.
Number 20, Joe Cribbs. Tackled by number 55.
It'll be third down coming up, and about a yard to go.
Ferguson now 13 of 24, 153 yards. That's Cribbs' third reception for 30 yards. And again, that's the high percentage pass. Don't risk the interception by throwing it deep, by throwing it over the middle. Work the back out of the backfield on the linebacker and pick up at least close to first down yardage.
Frank Duncan is coming defensively for San Diego, double tight end alignment. Ron Jesse also in there. For Buffalo, it is 3rd and 1 at the 30-yard line. Give it to Cribbs. He tries the left side, and he does not get it. He is thrown back. He lost the yard to the 31. Cribbs tried to go to the left side. It's going to be 4th down, and 2 yards to go at the 31. Fred Dean got trying to make the stop. Now limping off. Here's the quarterback, Joe Ferguson, as the field goal unit comes on. Then out there by Nick Mickemeyer. David Hum comes into hole for him. With a 1-point lead. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the game. Buffalo will attempt the field goal here. This will be a 49-yard attempt. A 49-yard attempt. Mickemeyer's longest this year was 49 yards. This will equal his longest successful field goal of the year. David Hum, hand outstretched, waits for the snap. Puts it down. Mickemeyer boots it. And it is no good. And so the ball will go over. Now with the score, Buffalo 14 and the Chargers 13. Let's take time out.
Given your druthers, wouldn't you really rather have a quiet, luxurious, elegant car? One that comes standard with power windows, power seats, air conditioning, even an automatic overdrive transmission. And under the hood, wouldn't you really rather have your choice of anything from a V6 to an optional V8 or a diesel? You would? Well, just see a Buick dealer and ask for the 1981 Electra Park Avenue.
Using lasers, computers, and microelectronics in more ways than you can imagine. See your Army recruiter today. by the U.S. Army.
Well, right now, as you look at a still dismayed Nick Mickemeyer over on the Buffalo sideline, missing from 49 yards out. Certainly one of the men of the moment would have to be Rolf Panershka, number 6, who Lindsey is working over the sideline with a net, and one of the strangest contraptions you'll ever see. They don't have anybody holding the football for him, so he kicks into the net. They've got an artificial holder down there, a contraption out of some sort of steel or aluminum, I would imagine, which acts on a spring and holds the football down, and kind of a lonely chap down there practicing by himself is Rolf Panershka.
Ball goes over at the line of scrimmage, which is the 31, of course, on the unsuccessful field goal try. So now San Diego first and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Trailing by a point late in the ball game. Fouts now throws it out to the left flat. And it's completed out there, but a gain of maybe a yard is about all it is, as Thomas took it out there in the flat, and Smirlis hit him immediately.
Fouts now 19 of 13, 245 yards, no touchdowns. There's a surprise. Of course, he's going against the second-best pass defense in the National Football League, the Buffalo Bills, who have been more than equal to the task in shutting down that high-powered San Diego offense. But the Chargers have hurt themselves with penalties and with turnovers.
Winslow in motion across. Fouts retreating. And he got it. And it's complete up the 50-yard line. A diving catch made up the 50-yard line by J.J. Jefferson. And it's first and 10 at the 50. Steve Freeman made the stop.
102 yards, 7 completions to John Jefferson. A big first down for the Chargers on the move. They've got it at midfield. Panershka continues to exercise sidewinder style. And, of course, all they need to do is get it into field goal range. But if you do that, you'd like to use up as much time and not give the Bills another shot at a field goal that would put them ahead.
Hand off to Muncie. Chuck Muncie passes out to the right side, but gets nothing. He stopped at the 50-yard line. It's going to be second and 10 at the 50. 2 minutes, 44 seconds. The clock is running. And time remaining in the ball game. Romes and Best made the last tackle. Panershka's longest field goal of this year, 53 yards.
Well, you've got to wonder about that call on first down. Used up a lot of time. It went nowhere. You would think that Fouts would work the sidelines with his 2 outstanding wide receivers, John Jefferson and Charlie Joyner.
Winslow in motion across from right side all the way outside left. Now Fouts throwing, and it is incomplete. Trying to get it to Jefferson, but it was almost intercepted by Charles Romes, who was in better position than Jefferson was.
Certainly was, and that could have been the football game right there. Charles Romes is a 4-year man from North Carolina Central. Dan Fouts just muttering to himself right now. That ball was just badly thrown. Winslow was open down at the 30-yard line, and instead he went to the short man, and it brings up third down, 10 yards to go. Now, the Chargers, you certainly can't say they have another shot at third down conversion. They are 1 of 14.
Muncie comes off the field. Another receiver, Ron Smith, comes in on a third and 10 at the 50-yard line. They double Joyner and Jefferson to the left side. Smith to the right side. Out. Goes to Smith. He's got it at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, goal line, touchdown. Ron Smith for a 50-yard touchdown. And this place is going wild as the Chargers are ahead with 2 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the game. Ron Smith is being smothered down in the end zone of the San Diego Chargers.
I guess it would be a toss-up who threw the ball further, Dan Fouts or John Smith after he caught it in the end zone, because he put it up in the cheap seat.
Ron Smith now jogging back up, waving to the crowd. There's still a conversion attempt coming, of course, for the San Diego Chargers, who lead 19-14 in this ballgame just now. 50-yard pass play from Fouts to Ron Smith with 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. Rolf Panershka will attempt the conversion of Mike Fuller holding. It is booted, and it's good. And so, the San Diego Chargers have gone ahead in the ballgame by a score of 20-14 with 2:08 on the clock. There's a pause in the action with the score, San Diego 20, Buffalo 14. Let's take time out.
This bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. This bud's for you. You know that nothing less than best can make it all the way. So here's to you. This bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. This bud's for you, because it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This bud's for you.
third-year man from San Diego State, on a deep post pattern down the right side, cut it in the middle at about the 25-yard line, has just gone 50 yards for the score. That puts Dan Fouts, by the way, at the exact 300-yard mark for this football game. 8 times this season, make it 9 now. He has thrown for 300 yards or more. They go 69 yards in 5 plays. They lead it by 6, 20-14.
Bernersch is kicking off. He's got Hooks and Solomon deep, and Solomon is waiting, and he's got it at the 6-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 25, across the 20-yard line to the 21. And that is where Buffalo will start. First and 10. And now we have reached the 2-minute warning. We have reached the 2-minute warning. There's a timeout on the field with the score. San Diego 20, Buffalo 14.
1981 grocery savings are at Altadana's IGA. Eckrich bologna, the 1-pound package, $1.99. Generic label sugar, 5-pound bag, $2.49. And Kelly potato chips, 69 cents a bag at Altadana's IGA. Don't forget the deli for those quick meals. Bankroll $100.
This is Alan Duran. If it's happening in the world of agriculture, you'll hear about it on your radio station, WYER. Each weekday morning from 5:30 to 6, hear a comprehensive report of agricultural news, market information, and weather during RFD Illinois. Plus, 6 times each weekday, hear a market update at a quarter before the hour. There's also a comprehensive market report during the noon hour. All from your radio station, WYER AM and FM.
Lindsey Nelson back for 159 in regulation. Certainly the Buffalo Bills not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, because Joe Ferguson, one of the better passers in the NFL, with about a 57% completion ratio. He has thrown for 20 touchdowns. He has also, keep in mind, thrown for 18 interceptions, 2 more this afternoon. And he's certainly capable of moving these Buffalo Bills, champions of the AFC East, the 78 yards they have to go, and he's got lots of time and timeouts with which to work.
Roland Hooks in there, and he's going to the shotgun. Right away, he gets a direct snap, and Ferguson whips it complete out to the 29. Gathered in there, Bobble, but also gathered in at the same time by Cribbs.
That's complete to number 20, Joe Craig.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 2 yards to go. No huddle formation. They're up there in the shotgun, ready to go once again. Buffalo in possession in their own territory. Ferguson has the ball. Now he guns it again, and it's complete to Lewis. He is up at his own 48-yard line. Wrestled to the ground. It's going to be marked at the 48. Clint Edwards on the tackle. It'll be a 1st and 10. And timeout taken by Buffalo to stop the clock. 1:29 on the clock. They are very near midfield.
Well, we talk about Ferguson being so very capable. He's just taken him up to midfield in 2 plays. Now, if you're the San Diego defense, Lindsey, you don't want to get too spongy here. The old adage is you take what the defense will give you. The Chargers gave him those 2 passes over the middle. They also gave him 30 yards. So you want to come, you know, sometimes you put in that prevent defense, that nickel defense, and coaches don't like it. It prevents absolutely nothing. You've got to keep the pressure on the passer and try to make him force some kind of a mistake. You don't want to give a passer of Ferguson or Dan Fouts caliber that much time to throw, because if you do, sometime he's going to find the receiver open. And right now, the Buffalo Bills are just 50 yards away from either going ahead or tying up this football game. So you don't want to get too conservative on defense. You've got to keep some kind of pressure on Joe Ferguson.
Scott Perry just coming into the game now defensively for the San Diego Chargers, and keep in mind that Buffalo must go all the way into the end zone. They're trailing by 6 points. The field goal will do them no good here. 1 minute, 29 seconds on the clock, which will start again on the snap. The loser of this football game has come to the end of the line. It's the end of the season. The winner, 1 week from tomorrow, will play the winner of the Oakland-Cleveland game. And if San Diego wins, it'll be played right here. San Diego leading by a score of 20-14 at the moment. Buffalo back in the huddle. Ready to come out of the huddle and up to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. They are sending Jerry Butler to the left side. They've got Cribbs and Hooks as the setbacks there into the shotgun formation. Ferguson waiting for the direct snap, and he gets it. Goes to Lewis, and it is over the head. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Return to the 40-yard line. It's Clint Edwards, and he is across the 40. Clint Edwards firmly stopped at the 44-yard line. San Diego has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 44 on a Clint Edwards interception with 1:16 left to play. It is
entire time. Misfire, simply threw it over the head of Jerry Butler. And number 27 was there to pick it off for the San Diego Chargers, Glenn Edwards. He came up with a big interception, his 5th on the year. He leads the Chargers in that department.
Hodge takes it now, hands it off to Thomas, and Mike Thomas gets across. There's a penalty marker on the play. He got to the 47-yard line. Penalty is indicated against the San Diego Chargers.
You know, Lindsey, on that last pass, the one that was intercepted by Ferguson, he might have forced the ball a little bit. Certainly you can't fault him, but wide open down the right side was Joe Cribbs. The linebacker had gone with the inside fake. Cribbs was wide open. Ferguson looked at Butler the entire way, and his 3rd interception of the football game might have ended the season for the Buffalo Bills.
Illegal procedure penalty of 5 yards. Just put the ball back at the 39-yard line. Makes it first down and 15 yards to go for San Diego. Bauer is being repositioned to a right set in that backfield. Hank Bauer. Hodge takes it, hands it off instead to Thomas. He puts his head down and powers it into about the 41-yard line. Picked up only 2 on the play. Fred Smirlis is in the make the tackle. He's second down at about 13 yards to go, and the clock says 59 seconds left to play. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
This is WYER-FM Mount Carmel, a service of Hugo Communications. It's 6 o'clock.
At the end of the game, we'll, of course, take a look at all the stats, but I think one of the amazing statistics of this football game, the fact that San Diego, if it stays 2014 as it is right now, was able to win the football game with Kellen Winslow catching 1 pass that came in the first possession for the Chargers for only 5 yards. He's been by far the favorite receiver of Dan Fouts, 89 catches, 1,290 yards. And I think if you told any of the Charger people coming into this football game that they would win by 6 points with Winslow catching just 1 ball, they would have said you're crazy.
I think you're right. Let us note that Buffalo took a time out here. Kellen Winslow, as a matter of fact, led the National Football League in receptions each year with his 89, and he set a record for catches by tight end, breaking Mike Ditka's record when he was with the Chicago Bears. So I think you're exactly right. Kellen Winslow would figure in any victory to be a big man in the offense of the San Diego Chargers. He has been an extremely big man in that victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he has been closed down here this afternoon. But nonetheless, the San Diego Chargers are leading by a score of 20-14. They have the ball second down and 12 yards to go. They have it at their own 42-yard line. Dan Fouts brings them up. Bauer and Thomas are the setback. Thomas again puts his head down and drives in just across the 45-yard line. Steve Fremont in to make the tackle. Gain of 3 yards on the play is going to make it 3rd and about 9.
And, of course, what Buffalo so desperately is trying to do is strip the ball carrier and try to come up with a fumble right now. The Bills have used their final timeout. San Diego has all 3 of theirs, but, of course, after this next play, the Chargers will be in no hurry to stop the clock. We have solved one mystery. Neither you nor I will be in either Buffalo or Cleveland for the AFC Championship game. We will be right back here at San Diego because it matters not for location whether the Browns beat Oakland or Oakland beats the Browns tomorrow in Cleveland. That game, Jack Buck and Hank Stram will have for you here on CBS Radio, and you and I, in a matter of 52 ticks of the clock, are off to Atlanta for the Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. And that game will decide who the Philadelphia Eagles will play. The Eagles winning 31-16 against the Minnesota Vikings today.
Looking along the sideline, and you see Chuck Muncie there, and I'm sure there's some method in the madness of Don Coryell because Chuck Muncie, despite his ability to carry the football, has been known as a fumbler, and he has given up the ball a good many times in his career. And I'm sure at this stage in the contest that Coryell would just rather that Muncie stay along the sideline, having made his contribution for the day. And here they come 3rd and 9 with the ball at the 46-yard line. Out in close, ready to take the snap, and he simply hits the deck now. Drops back to about the 43-yard line. And clock shows 45 seconds remaining to be played in this game. They will end the formation that keeps the deep safety man back there just in case something happens.
Buffalo, of course, cannot stop the clock.
Clock is wound down now to 28 seconds. Fans are standing all around San Diego Stadium as the Chargers again go into their huddle. Hank Powell walks a few feet away. Now he rejoins the huddle, and here they come. Couch is waiting to take the snap. He hits the deck, and they'll let the clock run out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It's all over. San Diego has won it. They go into the championship round, and the season